All right, guys, how are we doing? Happy Super Bowl stream. I know that um, we we have kind of a strange day because obviously everybody's out watching the Super Bowl. So if you're here, thanks for being here. Obviously, the six of us don't really give two shits about football, except for Boo Boo, who is born and bred Texan, so he's probably having a minor internal meltdown. But that's okay; he'll get over it. Um, Everybody else is on board with us playing. Glad that you're all here. We got a whole bunch of people already hanging out. So this is episode number 8 or session number 8 of the Sunless Citadel. We're gonna do a recap as soon as we jump in here. Go ahead and click on the characters if you'd like in the Stream Elements chat, and you'll be able to, or in, I guess, Twitch chat, you'll be able to see everybody's updated character sheet. Everyone's level 3 officially. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pop into it. Please remember that I do not pay attention to chat when we are playing. I try to give all my attention to the players, and they have done a fantastic job giving all of their attention to each other and to me. So bear with us if we are not immediately active. All right, here we go. Okay, guys, so for a quick recap, the last time that we played, you guys had finished your long rest and your vigil to the dragon Calycrix. You then began to adventure through the goblin halls again to try and find out where exactly you needed to go. You knew that you were close to, if not in the heart of goblin territory, and you did eventually find it. After a couple of twists and turns, you managed to find a spot where there was some goblin some goblin speak happening behind a door, and you guys opened it. Or actually, I take that back. You tried to open it; it was locked. Tried to jump, kick it down. She failed, and then from the other side, a hobgoblin opened it and confused, very confusedly. I want to use that as a word. Very confusedly,
I think that's the word.
yeah, asked who the fuck you guys were, and that is when she shot him in the chest. So, so that happened. Combat broke out, and you guys, honest to God, you guys fucking massacred the 4 hobgoblins in the room. There was a quick exchange between a small goblin woman who was chanting curses at you as the combat went on, but then realized that she knew who this person was. It was actually a goblin oracle of Meglubiet who had traveled the mountains when Ree was still on the surface, and within a very quick exchange, the goblin woman turned on the hobgoblin leader, Golgruk, and attempted to cast necromantic energy into his body. Unfortunately, she failed, but she tried nonetheless. So flash forward, the combat ends. Bofer rushes the goblin woman and very brazenly attempts to intimidate her, for which she uses her reaction to burn her channel divinity to cause fear to cause fear Bofer, which then procced she to draw her bow and I believe fire an arrow into the woman, which missed. The woman then disengaged and bolted around the edge of the room, where she quickly opened the southeastern door in the circular chamber here, and on the other side there were like at no less than 40 goblins in the next room. Combat technically broke out again. She had herself so barbarically focused on the death of this woman that she stepped into the next room and shot her again. And she did make contact this time, bringing the woman into the dying state. Goblin civilians started to flee and run as defenders began to draw javelins and short bows and fire into the room at she. And that is when the rest of the party, except for Meepo, who was busy looting the chest in the room, stepped literally in between she and the goblins, attempting to stop this madness. Doc, brought the goblin woman back from the brink as best as she could, and Bofer laid some healing into her. Yeah, the group kind of took a couple deep breaths and realized, okay, maybe these goblins aren't necessarily the quote unquote enemy here. Although I'm sure there was some questions brought up about the loyalty that she had with existence, I guess. So everybody, we had just ended where we were going to take a long rest. You were invited by the Oracle to stay as long as you needed to. They would feed you anything they possibly could, though she said flat out, we don't have much, so long as she, meaning literal she, would stow her weapons and not pull any of that crazy shit again. So yeah, that's where we had kind of left off. We'll say that for the sake of not having a lot of opportunity to quote unquote role play through the long rest, which will be about 18 hours worth, because since your guys' last long rest, this was not a lot of time. So you are taking a legit full quote unquote day off. With that being said, we'll say we flashed forward, 8 hours or so. Everybody has had some food. Everybody has had water. Water skins have been refilled. It's not the freshest of water, but water is water when you need water, right? And it's not the goblin swill that they have in the barrels in the other room, so that's even better. Okay, with that being said, everybody has exactly 901 experience right now, which means that everybody is level 3. Everyone has done their level up already. So, does anybody here have questions before we begin?
I got one.
Okay.
If no one else does.
No.
During the long rest, did I put I got like a little plant buddy last time. Did I put him back in his pot?
So
Or like what was he doing?
so through the course of this long rest, and in these last 8 hours, that little guy had come out of the pot willingly to you. He didn't, or it really, did not seem to have any aggression towards you, though anytime anybody else gets within like 10 feet of you, it immediately turns towards them and begins to claw aggressively. Not like it's going to leap out of your hands and run across the room, as this one is very, very young still, so it's the roots that it has have not developed to the point where it can really walk on its own. It kind of has to be piggybacked. But you don't know what the fuck this thing is, and that's really the problem. Like, you know that it is a sentient plant, and that's about it. Unless anybody has insight that they want to shed on the situation. But yeah, you would have probably, over the course of this, put it back in its soil so it could at least absorb nutrients.
Okay.
Not to say you couldn't take it out, though, and do whatever the fuck you want with it. For all intents and purposes, it is yours.
Okay, I just wanted to know, because I didn't want to be like carrying it and then it just dies for 18 hours.
So what are you gonna name it? Does it have a name?
Meepo does not know. Meepo not give it name yet.
Oh, may I roll my hit dice just for right now?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. You can roll your hit die. And just so you know, Lucy, I put that little guy up in his little planter up there so you can see him.
Thank you.
And if I forget about it, just please remind me. Oh, you are a cheater. Alright, take your fucking 11.
And my 10.
How does this thing live down here without any sunlight, I wonder? Some kind of magic plant.
Oh, there are different kind of plants. Maybe it's a weird fungi.
Is anybody proficient in nature?
Not on... No.
I better be. Yeah, I'm proficient in nature.
Would you give two shits about even wanting to discern what this thing is?
Well, considering the rest of the entire day I'm mostly just sitting against the wall, why the fuck not?
Alright, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Because I'm trying very hard to be not threatening at the moment. Apparently I have a lot of time to think about.
Yeah, so as Meepo, like, takes it out of the pot and kind of, like, plays plays with it, for lack of a better term, like teaches it, tries to like give it meat, and it just doesn't consume it because it doesn't understand it. Like pets it, carries it around, puts it back in the soil, kind of like tucks it in, maybe gives it a little kiss on the head. Very like very motherly of Meepo to immediately cling to this thing. You study it. You sit and you do the she thing. You begin to study its behavior and its biology, its like physical form. You want to know everything about it, so you start watching it. About 6 hours in, it dawns on you that this creature is a plant by definition of creature. It is a sentient plant, and it is referred to as a blight. This genus of blight is a twig blight. You also know that there are other blights out there called vine blights and needle blights. And then obviously there are the twig blights. There are other more exotic blights, but that bit of information is a little bit blurry. So what you know about these things is that they are created when the blood of a humanoid is necromantically infused into an awakened shrub via the awakened spell by somebody who specializes in nature magic. So essentially somebody brings sentience to a non-sentient plant, and then they feed it the blood of a humanoid, and over time it turns into this thing. The more you know.
At some point then, if anyone goes near her, because she's staying in her spot, then she'll relay.
I think at some point, Ree will actually kind of hunker up next to she, and probably have a little bit of a conversation with her. But
oh no!
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, don't worry, Doc is coming too.
It's gotta happen.
Oh no!
It's gonna happen. Sorry. So yeah. Ree kind of hunkers down with like her rat kebab. It's like I know what it's like to kind of find yourself all caught up in the moment. You get a little riled up. You don't want to kill everything in the inside. Trust me, I definitely know how that feels. Right there with you. I do. If it'll help, I know of some breathing exercises that I do sometimes to kind of like relax myself a little bit, so I don't fucking murder everything in the room. Would you like to know?
First of all, I really appreciate the fact that I'm getting fucking barbarian therapy. That's funny as hell. Second, she'll start off with sorry, dog.
Actually, that probably would have been a reasonable reaction to Ree kind of coming up,
just appearing like, oh hey
there, how you doing? Okay. So realistically, she would start by giving you like the go-to flat look, and then she'd pause for a couple beats and be like, you know what? Any insights you have, I will listen to.
Really? Holy shit. All right, cool.
And give you that look again, and raise an eyebrow, like, don't push it.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So what I like to do. All right. So I like to envision a bunny rabbit. It's weird. It's what I do. I envision a bunny rabbit in my head, and I imagine petting the bunny. That's a good bunny. That is a good bunny. Oh, that's a good bunny. And it calms me down. And that's what it works. So it's imagining the bunny breathing, bunny, bunny, and then it helps me not want to murder everything in the room. Because you don't want to murder a bunny, right? Except if you want to eat the bunny.
They are prey.
Yes, they are mostly prey, but have you ever seen like a little cute like baby bunny? It's so fucking fluffy and cute. It's got those stupid little fluffy ears, that stupid little fluffy fucking tail. It's adorable.
She has never petted a single fluffy thing in her entire life. She just kind of looks at you, just flattest look.
Okay, well, maybe not think about a bunny so much. Well, maybe for you, it's I don't fucking know your bow. I don't know. Pet your bow and breathe.
Breathing. Noted.
Breathing. Just do the breathing thing. Yeah, maybe just a breathing thing. Yeah, just okay, just kind of in from the belly and out through that helps me to not be so murderous. Just stop. I mean, whatever works for you, but just there has to be an off switch sometimes. That's where I'm just trying to go with this. You're awesome. We love you, but there needs to be an off switch. That's all I'm saying.
She'll look like she wants to say something. She will refrain from saying the thing, and she will nod.
Okay, it's fair. This is good. This is a good bonding moment. You want some of my rat?
Of course.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Here you go.
While this is going on, Beaufort's going to go ahead and walk up to. Remind me of her name again, please.
Who are you talking about?
The Oracle of
Nobody ever asked her name. She was just referenced to as the Oracle.
Oh, I thought you did give her a name earlier, but
Did I?
I know we didn't ask, though. I think only you knew that.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
don't have anything written down.
So
for
her name is Grenell.
Okay.
oh, maybe you didn't give a name then.
Well, she would have at some point in time, especially to Ree. I mean, you would have known. It's Grenell the Oracle. It's.
Beaufort's going to walk to Grenell and ask which room they're keeping Taligan in.
What language do you ask that in?
In Dwarven.
Okay, just want to make sure because obviously, since we've all decided that some people are more intelligent in other languages than others, we got to know. Okay, so in Dwarven. So she responds in Dwarven. She kind of stands and looks at you and she says, "We did not bring him to any room. He is in the main hall, in the corner, being guarded by the children so as to not be disturbed by any of the rats."
I understand. And he's going to walk directly out of the room and over to Talgrin.
Okay, yeah, and easy. His body has pretty much not moved outside of, literally being physically picked up and moved, but they've tried to put him back in the same position. And as soon as you walk over, the goblin children, they just kind of like scatter into the fucking rubble pile and kind of like away from you as best as they can to leave you alone.
Sorry. So at some point, Doc would have approached she as well, and she kind of would have like slinked up.
As cats do.
And she would just look at her at first. Do you look up, or do you just try to ignore her?
Oh yeah, she meets her gaze. She's not gonna drop her gaze from you.
Okay. So when we make eye contact, Doc's gonna say, "You seem like a reasonable person. Not sure what happened there, but there are a few things to consider. For one, she was not attacking us, and quite frankly, Beaufort deserved every second of what he got. For two, we're down here to save people, not to murder a bunch of goblins. And three, I don't know about you." What?
I feel a little bad about murdering the goblins all of a sudden.
Well, that was, hindsight's 20/20. But the third thing to consider, even if you don't care about the other stuff, where the hell are you gonna put 25 goblins or more that have nowhere to go? Because I don't have anywhere. That situation you created could have murdered all of us before we even got downstairs. I don't know about you, but I came here to do a job, and I'd like to do a job and collect on the job. So, for future reference, please try to be a little more tactical. Or at least leave the room. You're good at not being in the same room as us. Do that again.
Yeah, I was just teaching her some breathing exercises. I think it will really help for the future.
That's a good call. And then she slinks away. Oh, you're going to talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh, you're gonna
may
talk.
have misjudged the situation initially. I reacted when she acted towards our dwarf companion. It is good that she did not die.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And again, I get it. I get it. We all have our thing. You know, your thing is you give us really angry looks all the time and you shoot your bow. Ree screams and murders shit. And I fall down a lot. We all have our thing. But we need to make sure that we are approaching things and we use our things to their full potential.
For what it's worth, too, I'm pretty sure once we go down into the scary hole in the ground, I think it's fair game. I think it's like,
I think so too.
I'm pretty sure it's like we can go fucking nuts down there. I think anything down there deserves to die at this point.
Unless it's the living people that we are here to save.
Oh yeah, not them. Yeah, let's not murder them.
Please no, let's not murder them.
It is exactly the strain upon our relationship with our apparent newfound allies, which is why I am staying here until we decide to go down there.
That's fine. I don't want my face murdered today. Also,
she's gonna again look like she's gonna say something and then not.
But it's killing me. Is that what you wanted to say? Is that what you wanted to say?
It was not, but I like that, so we're gonna go with it.
Doc will raise her voice a little and say, by the way, if anybody finds a little gold nugget on a chain, I'm still looking for that. Wait a second. Didn't the goblin... Wait, was it the goblins that had them tied up? And she's going to head toward the oracle.
Okay, so while this has all been happening, Boo Boo, I'll give you some time with Taugen if you need it. Or are we just going over to hang out with him? You tell me. You dictate.
I'll let... I think Meepo is going to talk.
Okay.
No, you can talk first.
Okay. So, Bofer's going to go ahead and kneel down next to Talgwin, and look over his body. And he's going to bow his head and start praying to Moradin.
Okay.
Dwarf.
Okay, go ahead.
Dwarf Father, come to me in my time of need. Right now I am facing the death of a friend and my father a few days ago. Much has happened today, and this is all too much for me. I fear that I'm going to need to forsake this tool of building that you've given to me and take upon the tool of destruction.
So as you, you know what? Give me a religion check. Okay. So you are well aware that you gain power from Moradin. You have not only spoken to Moradin before, but Moradin has spoken to you, as most people of any given faith has actually received visions or something of the sort from their god. As you begin this prayer, everything around you goes completely black. Everything. Like you have stepped into another fucking dimension for just a moment. Then you hear an audible sound of a hammer hitting a forge in the distance. Very familiar to you. This tells you that you're at least on the right track to feeling the presence of Moradin. As you open your eyes and you begin to step forward towards the sound, you hear it again. Clung, clung. About 50 yards ahead of you, you see a pinprick of light. Well, it starts as a pinprick of light, but it very rapidly expands into this massive bonfire of a pyre. Standing there, you can't actually see a physical form, but you do see a very familiar shadow of a dwarven man raising a hammer and smashing it against this hot forge, this massive forge, as big as his own body. This is the avatar, as it appears to you, of Moradin. The hammer stops as you begin your prayer out loud to him, and the figure turns to you, and you hear, "My boy, it's been a long time since I've had a legitimate conversation with you. I was wondering when you're gonna come back and ask something of me, but I think you already know what needs to be done. Cast away the builder's tool, my boy, for vengeance is now at your back, and war has been wrought upon you, as you will reap it upon your enemies." It stands in silence looking at you.
I understand, Dwarf Father. I have lost two. I will not lose a third.
The voice speaks up again, and it says, "Aye, my boy. I have faith in you as you have faith in me. You know what needs to be done, and you know that as long as you follow the tenets of the Dwarf Father, you will continue to have my support."
Thank you, Dwarf Father.
You begin
Please,
to... Sorry, nope, go ahead.
in that hole, please forgive me for anything I must do.
There's almost this feeling in the pit of your stomach, like when you hit the top of a roller coaster and you're just about to go over and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. It's like ecstasy and just absolute terror all in one. And you realize that this figure, this shadowy figure, almost has a smirk on its face as it says, "I think I've already forgiven you for what you must do. Now go back to your plane. But before you do, one word of caution." And he begins to speak in Old Dwarven. Boo Boo, I'm going to send you a private message with what he says, as your body rapidly gets yanked back from the ether of his domain and into your physical form all at once. You come to, and give me just 1 second to send you this message. Okay, that message is sent. So, he's doing that. You guys are doing your thing. Meepo, I believe it's your turn. What would you like to be doing during this time?
Yeah, okay, so just after Doc leaves, he's gonna jump off from the chair he's been sitting on petting the plant. And he's gonna walk over to she. If she looks at him like on the way, he's gonna like flinch back and then continue moving. He's terrified of this woman.
I mean, fair, but she's also having a day now. This is 3.
Yeah. He's gonna walk over and like he doesn't know what this means, so he's just obviously gonna go, "So Meepo heard that the goblin lady shout, what was the word again? Slaver. What does that mean? And he's not being quiet about it at all. True Meepo fashion.
She's gonna look at him and kind of look through him for a minute. And then she's gonna look. Yeah,
Cat,
she's gonna
Cat,
look.
give me an insight. Give me an insight check. Your passive insight is high enough for this, so. Okay, good roll. So when he asks this, it is the most innocent and honest / ignorant thing he could possibly ask. He has more than likely never actually heard the term slave or slaver.
She's gonna look at him for a moment, and then her gaze is gonna soften just a little bit, and she's gonna say, "It speaks to my role within my tribe, and I think that's all that really matters on that right now."
Ah, so it's like a Meepo the Dragon Keeper. Was Dragon Keeper.
In a way.
Okay. And he's just gonna assume that it's just some general role people play. Funny green skin things and walk back.
Really quickly, during this long rest, did anybody not use hit dice to heal themselves to full, or is everybody at full right now?
I did not use hit die, but I was at full.
Okay, yep, and it's fine. If you are full, it's fine, but the Oracle gets all of her spell slots back, and she would offer healing to anybody that needed it, so.
I'm at full, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Okay. So Meepo accepts that answer and goes back to his twig baby.
Yeah.
Alright, is anybody else doing anything during this long rest?
I would like to do one thing, since now I've gotten called out by 3 of the 4, and I've had some many hours to think on my actions.
Okay.
Don't say it like that.
I was just waiting for you to be like, I break my bow over my knee and walk out.
Oh, no. She doesn't actually have, like, remorse. So, at some point when things are calmer, when Grenell is in the room, she's going to, moving very slowly and cautiously, she's going to stand and she would approach the Oracle.
Okay. As you approach her, she doesn't flinch. Nothing about this woman says, I'm afraid of you. It's almost like she's reading you as you're walking. She's just kind of watching everything. She starts at your feet, watches the way your knees click when they move. She watches the way that your hips are swaying, and then she kind of stares at your throat. And almost for a second, you realize she's watching your heartbeat in your neck, and it's something that you, as a specialty trained hunter, are trained to do in other people. So this one is very, very wise. She's got her shit put together. But she doesn't flinch. She sees you approaching, and she's sitting on the floor, we'll say, at this point, and she's just finished off this weird mushroom stalk that had these little green pustules growing out of them. And she seems to love them, though. They pop in her mouth like with an audible crack, and she's just chomping away.
As disconcerting as that is, she is going to kind of crouch a couple of paces away, and she's going to speak in Orcish because she knows that the Oracle understands. Hey, I'm glad you are well.
She kind of smirks at you and she replies in Orcish with kind of like this dismissive nod, like, well, it was very close to me not being well. Thankfully, your tabaxi friend has a very smart mind as far as healing the wounds of people who are on their doorstep of death.
She'll nod. And I understand that when we have finished with our roll below, we are going to attempt to help you get your people out safely. If you will accept that aid, I will help however I can.
She looks you dead in the eyes, and her face kind of goes motionless for a moment. And she says, "Thank you. I believe it is my calling not to take this village, as you will, away from the Underdark, or the underneath, I should say. Technically, we are on the material plane. My belief is that instead of bringing them to the surface and out of their element, if you can rid the remainder of this cathedral of the evil that dwells within it, we would like to populate the grove below for ourselves and allow the kobolds to take full possession of the first level. That way both of our people can exist in peace. Maglubiet be praised."
I think we can do something like that.
I don't think. I know you can, because I know what you are capable of, Slaver.
And she'll just kind of incline her head in acknowledgement.
She nods back at you, pops another mushroom stalk in her mouth.
And she will go back to her spot by the wall.
As you turn almost completely away, you hear the voice in Orcish once more, and she says, "One more thing. You are not what you think you are. You act because you were created to be the way you are. I see the true you that exists within. You may be a slaver, but ask yourself, who are you a slave to if you do not act on your own instinct?" And she finishes chewing.
So she'll stop when she hears that, and then she'll keep moving. She's not about to unpack that right now.
I tried.
That was all Orcish, right?
Oh yeah, all Orcish.
Yeah.
If anyone was watching the exchange, though, she had a look on her face, though, like what the actual fuck.
A wise woman once told me. Okay, so she reapproaches her wall and does some internal reflection. Anybody else?
Meepo will, during, like, after that conversation, Meepo will, like, lean over to Ree and be like, "So what do you think they speak about?"
Yeah, they're probably just exchanging probably recipes of probably a little bit of family history. It's probably all very, very mundane conversation if I had to guess. I mean, it sounded horrifying, but it was probably just mundane shit. I had to guess.
Yes, the green skin lady is very scary.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's just a big squishy teddy bear on the inside.
So, like, how do you know this goblin lady? And, like, the conversation will just generally trail off from there.
Is Doc down here in the room with me, or is she trying to talk to the Oracle?
No, Doc, I believe, was moving towards you. Wow, this was all... Everything's kind of happening in a, pseudo-staggered order. So, we'll say, for the sake of brevity, Beaufort, you have just come out of your trance, and what felt like a legitimate couple-minute conversation, in reality, was only, like, a flash of a second. It happened so fast, but for you, reality had shifted just a little bit differently. And then... Oh my god, our baby's so cute, look at him. And then, as you look up, you see the goblin starting to kind of, like, part, and you see Doc approaching you from a distance.
Yeah, so Doc would approach the Oracle.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were approaching the Oracle? I'm sorry, I thought you were going to talk to Beaufort. I apologize.
That's okay.
Okay, disregard Bofer. Okay,
Um,
so Bofer, we'll come back to you. I know you got stuff.
But this should be pretty quick. She would say, could I ask you a question,
What language is this in, please?
Goblin?
Thank you. She says, absolutely, my child. What is it that I could answer for you?
So a friend of mine was in a cage. We found him with some kobolds in another room.
Ah, yes, young Erky Timbers, the
Yeah.
little gnome that thought he could. Yes, and what of him?
Well, so his items were taken from him, which, I understand that's what happens when you put somebody in a cage, but do you happen to know where they would be?
She glances around the room and she says, I wish I could say yes, but unfortunately, I was not in control of that situation. That prison, for lack of a better term, more like a torture chamber, was controlled very strictly by Golgruck and his hobgoblin cronies. I had attempted to approach at one point to speak with the gnome, as him and I had met at least on 2 occasions in the Grenellian Mountains, and I was beaten severely for it, so I stayed away as best I could. Please, tell me he lives.
Oh, he does. He does. So we were both, big fans of Garl.
Ah,
And I gave him my nugget, and I don't need it, but I feel kind of naked. So he told me if I found his, I could wear it.
well, if you find it amongst the ruins, you're more than welcome to it, as we have no need or rightful ownership to it. Unfortunately, I have no knowledge of where it is or what was done with it. I can tell you that Golgruck, when he stripped the boy, who he then murdered, he wore most of his possessions and put some of it in that chest over there. And he nods across the room where Meepo is, and he says, but I'm pretty sure your draconic friend already dug through it, so if it's not there, perhaps he gave it to one of his cronies in the grove below.
Fingers crossed it's on him. Okay, thank you. I'll saunter over to the to Meepo.
As you turn, she shouts in Goblin really quick. She says, but Maglubiet, my sister, is always watching over you, and should you need something to feel comfort, I can offer you a small sigil, a token.
She kind of considers it for a second. Sure.
Oh. She looks surprised, like, wow, I try to convert humanoids all the time and they tell me to fuck off.
Doc looks kind of surprised too.
So she pops open a small pouch and she pulls out this small belt tabard made of what was probably like a flag from like a war banner at some point, and very crudely sewn into it is an axe, a crude axe, and then dripping from it is 3 or 4 blood drops, and you can tell it's the holy symbol of Maglubiet.
I'll say, I'm not a. She kind of like comes down to a whisper. I'm not a holy person. If I wear this, like, will I get struck down?
She kind of smiles and she says, well, you just answered that question for yourself, didn't you, dear? You're not a holy person, so you have nothing to fear, do you?
Nope. And I'll take it, and now I'll saunter off to Meepo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first time I've ever converted somebody in this dungeon. All right.
I wouldn't say she's converted, but she's definitely collecting now.
Oh, wait.
Puts on the necklace. Smite!
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So you finished that bit of the conversation.
Yeah, I do not put it on my belt, though.
Okay,
I put it, like, in my backpack.
Sure. Yeah, you can add to your inventory. You have a belt tabard or belt tabard / holy symbol of Maglubiet. All right, Bofer. You have been waiting patiently.
Oh, no worries. I just wanted everyone else to get their turn and do RP. But that was actually pretty cool, though.
Okay, so you come out of your trance. You look around you. The goblins, all the kids, are like literally peeking at you through the trash pile. And you kind of like look towards them, and they look like legitimately like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Like something manifested physically here that has spooked the shit out of them.
So during this, Bofer is going to use his channel divinity to create an object
Okay, I believe that ritual takes an hour, so that cannot happen in the flash of a couple seconds. Unless you want to just make that while everybody is doing their conversing, you come out of your thing with Moradine, and then you just go straight into your ritual.
I'll do that.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Now you do need to provide materials, so I'm assuming you're going to.
I do.
Are you going to transmute your hammer into an axe? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure what it says. Give me 1 second. I think that the god damn it. Sorry, I accidentally just downloaded your character sheet instead of fucking opening it. Alright, so features and traits. This is your channel divinity, artisan's blessing, right? So you can craft a non-magical item that must include some sort of metal. Oh, I see. So you can just craft it out of nothing, but it must include metal as you are a forged domain cleric. Okay, I stand corrected. You can manifest your magic to summon whatever the fuck you want, as long as it's under 100 gold. And not an extendable ladder.
Fine. But he's gonna go ahead and make a what kind of axe is this? The 1d8 one?
Battle axe?
He's gonna make a battle axe.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so as you come out of your trance, you immediately take the warhammer and you slam it into the ground and you draw this circle around you, and then you go through and you start tracing in the dust dwarven runes of power. You activate the ritual, and now you have got a fucking audience of goblins. Like, what? I mean, they're just like cackling and looking, and you know, some are afraid and some are surprised as your eyes go white hot and you begin to mutter this gibberish in old dwarven, like not even like if you're like 100 and under in dwarven years, you don't even know what the fuck this guy's saying. And as you're saying that, these runes are just manifesting in front of you and falling into your palm as you continue to raise your palm up and smash down on this invisible object. Slowly but surely, over the course of an hour, an object does take hold, glowing white initially, but then as the final blow of your ethereal blacksmithing hammer strikes, it takes form, and it has, I mean, it is an absolutely gorgeous battle axe that has whatchamacallit, the holy symbol of Moradine, you know, engraved into the actual head of the blade.
Once he's finished using his hammer and crafting the axe, he's gonna place the hammer in Togwin's hands and say, "No warrior must be like this without his weapon." And after that, he's gonna grab the axe, grab his beard, and tear it with his axe completely off in sign of mourning.
Oh, fuck. Alright, hold on 1 second here. Sorry, I was looking something specific up. Okay, I'm sorry.
Gopher.
Say that again, you fucking what?
He's gonna use his axe
And
to
shave
save
his beard off?
Yes.
That's metal.
That's fucking hardcore. Okay, so you put the hammer in Talgon's hands and you fucking you yank your beard out, and even the goblins at this point are literally, you don't know what they're saying because they're shouting and yelling in goblin, but as you cut it, you can start to, you almost hear them going, "No, no, no, no!" And you fucking, I mean, in one fell swoop, you tear the entirety of your beard off, and then you come back and you very lightly get the remainder of, so you're completely babyface, smooth shaven. As you look down at the axe, and I just looked this up, for the 100 gold cost, you look down and realize that your axe has been coated in silver. So you have a silvered battle axe.
That might come in handy.
Worth the sacrifice.
And
that's the sacrifice for the beard, by the way. So I wouldn't just willy-nilly be like, here, take a fucking...
I have a silver axe.
I'm gonna look at Togwin's body, and is the blood still is it hardened or is it still?
He's give me a medicine check. So his eyes, where there was color in the iris and black in the pupil, His eyes have both completely mooned over. They have clouded over, which tells you he's been dead for at minimum days, if not potentially weeks. So there's really not a whole lot of blood. It's just what was left on him is just dried up stains, and it's very obvious. He took a long sword to the chest, like all the way through. So
Okay. Well, would you say there's blood on my chin?
probably, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Um,
At least a
Gopher's
couple
gonna-
nicks.
Axe isn't exactly a precision.
he's gonna
shaver.
use
Yeah.
his hands and wipe the blood and put it on his face, like all the way down his eye.
Perfect. Yeah, so like as you do that, you feel this like complete solidification of this whole ritual that you have now literally just crafted for yourself, going from Moradin's, divinity to create this item to the shaving of the beard, which nicked you and you didn't even notice it until it was done, and then the blood war paint. You now have you have succeeded the ritual of vengeance, and the ritual of redemption, and that feels fucking great. There is a buzz about your very being right now.
After that, he's gonna walk away from Talgwin, step in past the Oracle, and walk straight to She. Is anything gonna happen while this goes on?
There's number 4.
So as he walks in the door, you guys obviously notice that he is completely fucking beardless. He has a pretty decent gash on his chin, and he has a 2-fingered war paint streak going down one of his eyes. He no longer has his war hammer, and instead is carrying a silvered battle axe, which nobody has seen up until literally this moment. And he beelines for She. None of the goblins react except for like, what the fuck. But that's pretty much it. Lots of what the fucks in common and goblin.
Doc looks at Ree and says, "Who's the new guy?"
I don't know. His face got all fucked up though.
Nice axe.
As he walks in,
Sweet axe.
Lucy, the twig blight, like reaches over and kind of like claws at Meepo's arm and kind of like a pick me up. I don't like this.
Pick him up.
And it immediately clings to you, like it wraps itself around your arm, and you look down, and like its little spindly, like what will eventually be legs, kind of just like slowly twist around the thinner part of your wrist.
Doc looks at like sideways, glance over.
He'll say to the plan, Meepo also scared of new guy.
Okay.
So he's going to go ahead and walk up to She. And in Dwarven, he's going to say, let me see. I think we both know why you know our language. And now, right now, this is where you redeem yourself. In this moment down there, nothing survives. Your hunt begins now.
Kat, give me a history check with advantage, please.
Well, she's gotten the same instructions from all of us now, so.
This is like literally the best possible outcome for her. Okay, not great there. Okay.
Well done.
That's unfortunate.
So as you see him walk in, you start flipping through your collective dwarven repertoire of knowledge, and he's freaking you the fuck out so bad that you just lose your train of thought for a second, which is not normal.
Pretty sure you forgot your name.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh shit!
Shots fired.
Dang, Candace.
Wait, can Doc understand Dwarvish? I would be if I could hear, I would be kind of translating what.
I'm not whispering.
Oh yeah, no,
You're not
this
whispering,
is this is one of those out loud conversations, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'd be translating it to Doc, or we would be translating what she
you.
hears to Doc. Yeah.
She's just gonna look at Beaufort, and she's going to look him up and down, uh, kind of take in a couple of things, and then she's just not gonna say anything.
After that, he's going to strictly turn around and go into the hole.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Go ahead and give me, whoa, hold on. Hold your tits. Hold on 1 second.
I wasn't ready.
Hakuna your tatas.
Okay, so, give me an athletics check, please, and make it with advantage. So the vines act as a knotted rope. Okay, yep, 13, no problem. You turn around, you kind of like, you kind of test the vines that are these nasty, gnarly white vines that are connected all the way down the center of the shaft. And as you start to give it your full weight, you feel it holds well. These things are fucking strong. Even though they look dead and crusty and nasty, they're very, very strong. And you have no problem. You begin to descend. It is an 80-foot straight down drop from this point. So, yeah, Beaufort goes over the edge, and you guys see him fucking disappear.
Doc says, "Oh." Can I climb down with acrobatics, or does it have to be athletics?
It has to be athletics, yeah, because you're not going to backflip down. Well, no, I mean you can backflip down these things, but I cannot give you advantage to backflipping down these things. So yeah, it's athletics with advantage or acrobatics with not. And please God, don't fail. An 80-foot fall is fucked up.
Decisions. Okay.
Or you could use your inspiration die and do it with acrobatics and advantage. Your call. I think pretty sure everybody has that right now.
I mean, my acrobatics is +5. That's why I was. Well, okay. She's gonna start climbing down.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that. Look what I just rolled.
Yeah, a nat 1. Wow, you guys. Okay, there's some bad.
It was athletics though, so I had it with advantage.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so yeah, 11, no problem. You feel your weight a little bit. It's weird because it does not feel like anything you've ever climbed before. It is not a wall. It is not wood. It is not. I mean, it is literally these old, nasty, gnarly, twisted ass vines. But you have no problem. You hop onto the vines and you begin to descend.
Ugh, I should have done backflips down this instead.
Wait, are we following the stranger down the scary hole?
Yep.
Oh shit!
I recognized his voice.
Oh, okay. Ree will look up to the oracle. Dear oracle, I suppose we're bidding you adieu for the time being. If you have any blessings for us on our excursion down below.
She puts her hand up and she begins to make these symbols and she says, "Dear child, go in the name of light, in the name of all green skins. You have the blessing of Maglubiet. May he be praised in the bloodshed you will wrought upon the grove." And then she kind of like half bows to you and just goes back to her mushrooms.
Yeah, and Ree will do the same half bow. She doesn't really know anything about Maglubiet necessarily, only that he's a god of some sort to goblins.
Yeah.
To under goblins, I suppose, but she'll yes, okay, yes, that, and she'll climb down the vines.
All right, go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage. Six. Oh, easy. You're doing it better than anybody at this point. You make it look like a piece of cake. Yeah, you hop on and start going down. All right, Meepo and She, what are you two doing?
It's not a competition, Ree.
Yeah, but I win.
As Ree literally passes you up at this point.
It's clearly not a competition because I'm winning without even trying.
That's what I meant.
Lucy, go ahead. She usually waits for the end.
All right, Meepo, are you doing anything, Meepo, or are you just hanging out?
Sorry, Kat, what did you say? It cut out for a second.
Oh, I said that you can go ahead because my half orc will, as usual, wait for the end.
Okay. Meepo will like look down the hole as everyone's climbing. Um,
It's a very
he'll
long fall.
It's a very long fall. It's even longer for Meepo because it's like the thing. I have a fear of heights, so it's obviously like way longer than it actually looks.
Oh, I'm well aware, my friend. Yes.
So he'll like look down, and then he'll the image of last night of like the long rest will come back to him of like balls sag like the shadow appearing, and then he'll like clench his fists and start doing backflips down.
Oh no.
It's either a +3 or a -1. I'm taking.
That was what my thought was.
Oh, please don't
You
let
have an
this.
inspiration, don't forget.
Well,
No, okay, 12, no problem. So Meepo
oh
literally.
wait. Before that, he'll like before any of that, he'll be like, "Do you want to come with, little friend?" To the plant.
So the and you say that in common.
Yeah.
So it seems to acknowledge you. Like as you speak, it has looked up at you and acknowledged you, and it kind of like looks back to the pot and kind of points at the pot.
Then he'll put him back and then
Okay. As you do that, and as you kind of like walk up to the edge, you feel a little tap on your back before you jump in, and the twig blight has extended a little tiny vine up towards you, and the only time you've ever seen it on this thing, a single green leaf materializes at the end of one of its fingers, and it looks at you expectingly, and it just kind of keeps poking you.
uh, he'll take the leaf and be like, "Meepo, come back. Do not worry. Meepo, promise."
And it kind of like accepts you taking the leaf, and it retracts its arm and kind of just like goes back to this totally unanimated state. Like it literally it like goes back into the pot, and then it just ceases moving. Like it just looks like a tumbleweed again.
Oh,
Yeah.
your little Groot.
Oh no, damn it. I did make it a Groot. Fuck me. I try to be original.
We are
God,
Groot.
yeah, we are Groot. All right, so you go up to the edge and you have no problem. So Meeple like jumps onto the edge and literally just starts like gorilla swinging down this fucking thing. It's not literal backflips, but it's definitely
Yeah.
like he'll like let go for 10 feet and then just like snag himself, swing in a circle, and then like you see him just jumping down. It's very acrobatic in nature. All right.
Had I rolled that with athletics, that would have been instead of a +3, it would have been a -1. So it would have been an 8.
Yeah.
That would not have been a good situation. But you would have had advantage on it if it was athletics, because it's considered a knotted rope. So you would have at least had that going for you. But yeah, the negative's not good.
Meepo's not very strong.
Fair enough. She.
I'm going to stand. I'm going to make eye contact with the oracle. Then I'm going to look down the pit, and I'm going to. First, I'm going to listen before I actually enter the pit.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, like who is it? Is a dwarf guy.
Damn.
It's Bofa.
So so you hear the creaking and cracking of vines, of dried vines, which is obvious because these guys are all here. You hear the loud giggling and goofing and screaming of goblins in the other room because there's about 40 of them. You hear the crackling torches of fire, but all the way at the very, very, very edges of what your ears can hear, you hear the very soft sound of something metallic hitting something very soft.
Okay, time to go down the pit.
All right, go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage or an acrobatics check straight. Wow. Okay, well, fuck Rhea, I
okay.
guess. Jesus.
It's not a
winning anymore.
competition.
Yes.
But not anymore. It's
everything-
not.
Not everything's a race. Come on, guys.
Yeah, right. Okay, so there is absolutely no problem with getting yourself down to that point whatsoever. So, here's what we're gonna do, you guys. Give me just 1 second here.
Ree's my favorite character ever.
Ree is a very, very cool fucking character.
My little trash goblin.
I can't believe I got yelled at by all of you. Like, damn.
I mean, I don't think mine's yellow, but yeah.
We
No,
just
you're
wanted to
just
give you
like,
breathing exercises.
What's a flavor? Hmm?
Oh, I didn't
He doesn't know.
I didn't like scold you on killing people. I'm literally telling you I don't care what else happens. Just kill everything down here and you'll be redeemed.
Yeah, I yelled at you.
Kill 'em all.
Okay, so the order that this went down, so we're gonna say Beaufort. So here's how this is gonna go, just so we know. So Beaufort is going to reach the bottom first, okay? Followed by, I believe it was Doc, is that right?
No.
Or was it Ree?
Oh no, it was Doc. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was
that's what I
Doc.
thought. All right, so I'm gonna put a counter here. Okay, bear with me, guys. I'm gonna add a counter, and then it was Ree, Meepo, She. Okay, so you guys can move your map around. I have opened up what the fuck do you want to call them? I've opened up visual. There you go. Enjoy your visual.
You can now visualize the visual.
You can now visual the visual. All right, so Beaufort, as you reach the bottom, and everybody who is going to be following suit here pretty soon. So, luminescent fungus, excuse me, luminescent fungus shedding violet light. Excuse me, give me 1 sec. Something caught in the back of my throat, and I do not like talking like that. So, luminescent fungus shedding violet light clings to the walls and ceiling of this wide cavern. The air is damp, chilly, and redolent with the odors of loam and decay. A layer of earth mixed with rotting vegetation and the remains of cave animals cover the floor. Several varieties of mushrooms and fungi grow on the detritus, as well as a few saplings. As you reach the bottom Beaufort, you immediately realize that, and you turn around, there are two very clearly skeletal figures that are robed with, like, hose, and they are tending to what appears to be an entire floor covered in fucking compost. Because you have arrived first, I'm going to give you the first opportunity of action, as they have not immediately reacted to your existence. What would you like to do?
Do they have weapons on them?
They have hose. They have, I'm sorry, they're not hose, they're shovels.
Beaufort's going to attack.
All right. Okay, give me just 1 second. We're going to do this really quickly here.
You said they're skeletons? Like undead skeletons or skeletal as in emaciated?
You're not there yet.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah,
Then.
okay.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. All right, guys. So give me just 1 second here. Give me 1 second.
Did I land on a body?
Nope. No, that's you.
No, I'm like on a body, like the one that re-kicked down.
Oh, no. That guy is splattered down here, though. Actually, he's not really splattered. He's sunk in about 4 feet. Like, the ground here is extremely soft. Like, this whole room stinks like a compost pile. Good question, though. All right, so let's go ahead and everybody roll for initiative. Now, the order that we're going in, it will still take people a certain number of rounds to get down this thing, as it was an 80-foot climb. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and we will start the initiative order.
We're not gonna be able to select our things to roll.
I got you. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to do it.
And Doc, you still have your +1. I haven't relocated that yet.
All right, everybody should have appropriate HP now. By the way, I've updated everybody's hit points. So with that being said, though, your guys' characters are at the very top. They are not there. They will be coming down the circle. And what is in the red circle when you click on your token is the order in which you will arrive. Obviously, unless you just move crazy fast or let go. But that was the order you guys came down in, so.
I selected my character. Did it up? It didn't update.
Duplicated in the initiative order.
No.
Alright, yeah, I don't understand what the duplication shit is all about. That's really weird.
I rolled mine before you had the characters because I forgot about the thing.
Jesus, Lucy, come on, man. No, I'm just fucking
Yeah,
with you.
my bad, my
I'm just
bad.
fucking with you. Alright, hold on. Hold on. We got like a ton of fucking characters in here now. I gotta figure out why this happened. Okay, so I got my two guys. She is twice. So she, were you a 13 or a 16? Why do I have you listed as a 13? Oh, you know
From
what?
last
Hang
time.
on. The reason why I duplicated is because these are the tokens from the last map. They just carried over. So, Bofer, what did you roll this time, bud?
6.
6. Okay, so your 12 is out. Ree, what did you roll?
Also 6.
Oh, okay, so your 11's out. Doc?
5.
Okay, Meepo?
11.
Nice, I got to pull all the high numbers out. Cool.
Well, Cat's is 16, I think.
Oh, well, okay.
That was the last.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Alright,
Yeah.
give me 1 second here, guys. Okay. I'm actually getting way better at setting all this shit up, so...
It can be a pain in the ass sometimes.
It is a pain in the ass, but I'll tell you what, once you really get the hang of it, like switching through things that like are hidden and like initiative orders and clicking and like it may, I mean, what, it took me 3-4 minutes to get it set up, but now it's like good. Okay, with that being said, we are going to... Alright, so... Bofer, you begin to attack. I'm going to give you the first action as a surprise round because you have legitimately caught these guys off guard. These two skeletons are shoveling and churning the compost near, and as you can see on the map, there are little spots of vegetation, meaning like right here by this little green dot, these two little green dots, these little green dots down here, and little green dots down here. As that happens, you see some of these little shrubs, these nasty shriveled up shrubs, as you begin to move, turn and begin to uproot themselves from the ground, along with the skeletons turning towards you. So, what would you like to do, sir?
I'm going to go ahead and attack the one on the bottom first.
Alright.
Oof. Wait. Oh, no. Nope, that didn't hit.
No, sir, it did not. I think it was an at 1, wasn't it? No, it was a 2.
Two.
It was a 2. Okay. Yeah, so you swing at this thing, and literally, like, you're not sure. You see it animating, but you, like, swing at it, and you hit the bush next to it, which was not a twig blight, and you just carve your axe through it. Alright. Hey, out of curiosity, Boo Boo, was there a regular option for silvered battle axe in that
I looked, but I didn't see one. I'll try to look at it again.
No, it's fine. Use what you have right now, because it's just the base battle axe, right? All you need to remember is that for the sake of damage resistance, if it ever comes to it, it's just silvered. It does nothing else that's different, so.
Give me one more quick second.
Sorry, I know how to solve that. If you click on the weapon and say customize in D&D Beyond,
You
that'll
can
be
click
like
the
an
silver
option to
button.
say silver.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man, Lucy, you are a fucking god amongst men. Look at you.
And
I
also
had
right now,
I had a lot of time to make characters, but not play them.
Well, we have fucking changed that,
Aw.
sir.
Bofer's now going to also cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action.
Oh shit. Okay. Give me a sec. I want to see if I actually have a fucking spiritual weapon thing. I'm pretty sure I do somewhere. God, I hope I do. That'd be really awkward if I didn't, huh?
I think they're just like in just the normal.
The free one, right? The free assets?
Yeah, and the free stuff. There's just like an axe or something in there.
Okay, so unfortunately I don't, but here's what I'm gonna do for you. Oh, you know what? It's a premium asset. I can't actually access it. It's not one of the free ones. Damn it. Alright, well, here's what I'll do for you, okay? I'm gonna go to my library. I'm gonna go to... Alright, I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm gonna give you the Cloud of Daggers icon because that's just a bunch of weapons, so... There you go, bud.
It's going to be right next to this thing, right here. Or actually, it's going to be right there. It's
Give me
only going
one
past those.
sec. We're gonna turn on... There we go. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Alright, go ahead and make your attack with it.
Oh, what is that? 6, 10. Okay, yeah, it didn't work.
Okay, yeah, no, that definitely, yeah, that's a nat 1, so it definitely misses.
End turn.
There we go, I meant to tint it. That's what I meant to do. Yay, tinting. Okay, you guys can kind of see that, right? Is it too blended in?
I can see it good.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, there we go. That's better.
Okay, I was looking for something that stood out against the background. Okay, so there's your spiritual weapon. Alright. So, Bofer, how does the spiritual weapon manifest? You want to kind of give us a rundown really quick while we go into the rest of the combat order here?
It's going to be like a red glowing battle axe. It's just going to form like out of... I guess it's going to manifest from like the bottom all the way to the top. And then it's just going to try to side sweep it, and it's going to completely miss.
And it does indeed completely miss, but that's okay, because it's the first time this battle axe has ever been manifested in a physical or spiritual form. So, you know, it's got some time to learn. Alright, so back to the top. Alright, so this Twig Blight is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and is going to run up to you here. It is going to make an attack on you. Bear with me. I'm about 100% fucking positive that's going to miss you. Oh yeah, that definitely misses you. Okay. Second one is going to make an attack. That one is also going to miss you. So as you swing and your spiritual weapon starts to do this whirlwind thing to try to hit this, you feel these little claws scratching and bending into your chainmail. You actually feel them trying to almost grow in between your chain links in your chainmail to get to your flesh, but they just cannot make it hit. So she, let me ask you this, Bofer, how far is your regular movement, not including what would be considered a dash? Is it 30 feet?
It's 25 feet.
25 feet. Okay, so you are not encumbered right now?
I am encumbered. It's 15 feet. My regular is 25.
Perfect, thank you. So 15 feet. Climbing takes double movement. So I'm just trying to get an idea here of how long it took you to get down versus when people were above you. So if he had just got down, well, you move fast as fuck though, don't you? Aren't you a 30-footer?
Yes.
Okay, so it would take you to get down as the last person in line, having just gone over the top by the time Bofer hit the ground. You would, if you bonus action, if you action to dash, then you could move your regular 30 feet. So you've got like 2 rounds to actually get down here, unless you let go or have some other thing I should know about.
I don't think I have anything that would help there. Just let me know. I don't think I can see anyone. Is this thing underneath? Like the circle is where we're coming down?
The
then,
circle is
or
where
are
you're
we
coming
actually-
down, so you can see Bofer. You can see like the back of Bofer, and then you see this thing that looked like what was in Meepo's pot, but it's like way fucking bigger.
Yeah, I landed right here.
Okay, so I'm gonna, move as quickly as I think I can down there, and since I can look and see the thing, I'm going to use my, I'm gonna designate it as my prey.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna just change your red token to 2. That will mean that, well, actually, I'm sorry, to 1. Next, let's say, hang on. Next turn you go another 30 feet. It's 80 feet down, so that's 60, 70, 80. So yeah, I'm gonna put 2. So it'll take you 2 turns to get to the bottom.
Okay. The new prey lasts until I rest or end it, basically, and
Yep.
it's the sweet. Okay.
Oh, I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, that brings us to the skeleton. So... 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Bring it on.
Alright, so they both swing at you with their shovels. And you guys see this. As you guys are here, you see Bofer, like, just fucking starting to swing and hack at things, and all of a sudden, there's these 2 skeletons, and you can tell they're skeletons because the top of their robes peel back, and you just see these bleached and, like, kind of crusty-looking skulls, and they're swinging at him with shovels, as well as this massive fucking thing that looks like what was in Meepo's pot, but just way bigger. Okay, so...
Xavier, sorry to
Yes.
abandon your parade, but I'm not in the initiative.
You're not? Where are you, bud?
No. Meepo disappeared. I had an 11.
No, hang on, oh my god. Oh, you know why? It's because when I had the last thing, I added you way after. Yep, that's why. Give me 1 sec. There we go. You said 11?
Yeah, 11.
Alright, there we go.
There we go. Thank
We
you.
got you, buddy. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, yeah, unfortunately, like, every map change totally resets how we do things, so, okay, so, with that being said, so, Bofer, you have, what, an 18 AC, is that right, with your shield?
Correct.
Okay, so I've got 1 hit and 1 miss from the skeletons. Okay, so the one that hits is gonna do not a whole lot of damage. It is... Actually, okay, so he hit pretty fucking hard. So one of them swings down at you and you manage to bash away the shovel with your shield. And then the second one comes down and just smashes you literally right across your newly shaven bald jaw for 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
Alright, that's going to end their turn.
Oh.
Oh, wait, hang on. Did it skip you?
You skipped me, yeah.
Yeah, I think I got a 6, so it would definitely.
Okay,
Well,
it's-
actually, it would have been before both of us, me and Bofer.
Yeah, so it would have been Meepo. So Meepo, you can take your turn since initiative is back out of the
Okay.
surprise round, and then we go to Ree.
Oh, the surprise one.
Okay.
So I only have 30 feet of movement. So Meepo will look down. He'll see the two skeletons.
And he'll see the like other plant, but he won't. He's like, that reminds me of my friend up.
So he'll look at the skeletons, obviously attacking the new guy. Which Doc said is Bofer. So he'll aim at both. I'm gonna use a meta magic for the first time. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point, a singular sorcery point, and cast Ray of Frost Macantrip at both of the skeletons.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Does Ray
Yes.
of Frost have somatic components? I will follow that up with saying yes, it does. So
Yes,
it
it
does.
does, yeah.
So it does require you to remove your hands from your climbing apparatus in order to cast it.
But I can't just like have like the one hand point down.
Give me one moment, because let me just see. Hold on. Yeah, you may be able to actually use just one hand. Hold on one second, though. Okay, let me just double check this. Okay, yep, you only need one free hand. So here's how we're gonna do this, okay? Meepa, what is your strength? 10?
It's 8.
Oh. Ew.
But
Okay.
I'm using acrobatics to come down.
That is true. Okay, so why don't we do this? Give me a dexterity check first.
Okay.
Actually, no. Give me an acrobatics check. You're using acrobatics to move, so we'll say that you're also using your acrobatics. 17 is fucking excellent. Okay, and then go ahead and make your attack roll with Ray of Frost and the twin spell. You said twin spell, right?
Yes, I'm twinning it.
Perfect.
There's two rays of frost.
And it was on the skeletons, is that right, or the twig blight?
Both of the skeletons.
Skeletons, perfect.
Fun fact, I read about it as earlier today, but Meepo has pack tactics, so because Bofer's within 5 feet, I have advantage.
I think that's only if you are also in melee range, though. I don't think it works
okay,
if it's for ranged abilities.
Yeah, it's also a melee.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll just normal roll.
Pack
Don't
tactics BOP.
Attack tactic.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So just so you know, it says you have advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of your allies is within 5 feet of it and the ally isn't incapacitated. So an attack roll could technically be a weapon or a spell attack. So as it's written by Wizards of the Coast and Volo's Guide to Monsters, I'll allow your pack tactics.
Jesus Christ.
Awesome. Let's go.
I'll roll to see if I get an out 20.
Mind you, the remainder of the time he shits his pants and grovels. So, I mean,
Yeah.
give him credit where credit's due. Now, that pack tactic should not read like that, just FYI. It is technically, if you have... I don't know, I mean, I guess it works how it works, right?
The second ray misses.
Let's see, second ray...
I rolled a 6 and a 7.
Okay, hold on one sec.
Pretty sure it misses.
Yeah, that
He's
definitely
gonna, he's
misses.
gonna hit me again.
Yeah.
Alright, so one ray hits, and what was the damage on the first ray, please?
It is...
Damn it, that was a 7. 2.
So you let out this as you're swinging down like a gorilla, essentially this weird draconic gorilla. You find a spot where you hook one arm around, and you're just dangling there. Feet aren't even attached at this point, and you mutter this incantation like you have before, but this time as the beam of frost erupts from your palm, it forks right before it's about to hit one of the skeletons, and the first skeleton dodges completely, and the second skeleton, you see it kind of like clip the skull, freeze about a quarter of the skull, and then kind of start to cave inwards.
If you don't mind me flaring it up a bit, sorry for taking time, but where before he only had like the one dragon emblem appear when he casts spells, this time there's two, like on both sides of his arm.
Tiamat. Sorry, what? Yes. No, I was being a smartass. I said I coughed Tiamat. But,
Tiamat, yeah.
But no, that's excellent. Yeah, he can absolutely have that happen. So the two dragon heads appear, and okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's all I can do. And I'll move down 30 feet.
Perfect. So I have already moved you, or I have already slated you. Your red icon is now, you only actually have one turn because you were one turn ahead of she. So,
yeah.
All right, back up to Ree.
All right, how far up am I right now?
So you came down after Doc. So you at this point, so Bofer would have hit the ground, and then you would have been like 30 feet above him. So if you move a full 30 feet down, you are on the ground.
Awesome. Ree will let go of the rope of the vines, drop, and hopefully, as she's dropping down, she's gonna, go into a rage and just kind of try to swing down on top of the head of the of one of these skeletons. I know she's gonna take some damage, some owies, but
yeah. So
hopefully,
give me a dexterity saving throw as you fall.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yes.
So you're going to take half damage from the save, and because you're raging and it's bludgeoning damage, you're going to take another half damage. So I had rolled a 13. We're going to reduce it to 6 for the save, the excellent save, the 3-point fucking landing, and your rage will reduce it down to 3 points of falling damage. That is the most barbarian fucking thing I've seen in a long time.
Nice.
Hey, question for you too,
Barbarian.
Kevin. I was looking at Ree's sheet. Did you go Totem of the Eagle? Because I saw on the sheet it was Eagle, but I thought you had said bear in chat.
I said bear. Did I?
Yeah, so it says Eagle.
Eagle right now?
Yeah, it says Eagle in your character sheet.
Oops, I might have just been fucking around.
No, it's fine. I mean, I just wanted to make sure before we got into it, and it accidentally fucked up whatever your bear totem stuff is.
No, the only thing that Eagle does is I can just move faster, and that's not what I want. I want the bear.
Okay, yes, no, please,
Yeah.
take the bear. Okay, so go ahead. So you have landed, and so now the bear, so now you are raging, and you have taken on the bear spirit. Is that right? Like automatically?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we see manifest? Like, does it change anything about how you operate, or what the hell's happening here?
So I mean, outwardly, no. It's all just. I mean, actually. So I guess maybe what everybody else might see is like maybe she just like gets a little bit more. I guess her muscles kind of maybe swell a little bit more. Maybe she gets a little bit hairier. I don't know. But
Embrace the rat.
But actually, what I a little bit of flavor to what I was hoping was she had at one point carved like a dire rat into her club. And I'm kind of putting the flavor like this is Totem of the Bear, but it's almost more Totem of the Dire Rat.
Oh no, it is officially Totem of the Dire Rat. There is no Totem of the Bear. Yes, no, this is fucking
exactly.
awesome. You eat enough of it, and you become it.
yeah. So she's kind of almost like to everybody. She almost looks, I guess, like a full-on dire rat, were-rat kind of scenario.
Oh yeah. Hulking muscles, teeth kind of buck out just a little bit.
Yep. So yeah, she's gonna attempt to fall down and smash that guy in the center, the dead center.
Okay, sure. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
Does that do any extra damage, like a falling attack?
It does not. Nope.
No. It's just extra.
That'd be so cool, though.
Extra stank.
A little extra stank.
Fuck.
Yeah, unfortunately. So you come down and you like clip it in the shoulder
Look
blade.
cool.
but it's like it's already reeling back from the frost that has peppered it in the side of the skull, and it just does not take. But you manage to legitimately hear like superhero 3-point landing, no problem. You stand up, and yeah, you guys coming down can see that as Ree starts to like shift and shake, and she starts to like grow these little patches of fur, and the teeth buck out a little bit, and then her muscles just like like she looks like a walking were-gut hash, but minus the pustules. Pretty hardcore. All
Love
right.
it.
That brings us back to Bofer on your regular turn, sir.
All right. So Beaufort's gonna go ahead and use his battle axe again.
All right, and who are you targeting?
I'm gonna target the same.
The Twig Blight? Okay,
yep.
perfect. 18 absolutely hits. Yep.
One-handed.
Yep. I'm assuming you're always going to be one-handed, just so you know, because until you tell me you put your shield away. All right, so perfect. Yeah, so you slash down at it, and the silver... Oh, this is the first hit you've had, and it's weird because it's against a plant creature, but it cuts through it like fucking butter. Like, you hit it, and you almost feel in your hand this vibration as it just rattles through this thing's body. It doesn't drop it, but it cuts about half of its body off of it in brambles that just kind of splatter against the wall, and it kind of reels back and continues to try to attack you.
And Beaufort's also going to go ahead and attack with his spiritual weapon
Sure,
against
so
the same creature.
Bonus action, right, for that?
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to swing at the same Twig Blight?
Yes.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, actually, hang on. Nope, that's that. Oh, that is exactly a hit. Yep, go ahead and roll damage. Perfect. So you come down with the silvered axe, and you smash this thing, and it knocks a good chunk of the brambles off of it. They scatter against the wall, and then your spiritual weapon is still spinning, and you look up at it and command it to come down, and as it does so, it hits the rest of the body that just reeled to the right, and it literally blows it into about 1,000 pieces of thorns that just scatter against the wall, just erasing it from existence.
And at that point, I'm gonna end my... Yeah, it's the end of the turn.
Okay. Doc. So, Doc, you came down second, so you are within 10 feet of the ground.
Okay, I'll climb down the rest of the way.
Okay, I'm going to put you guys, because you guys do have to come down different parts of the wall.
That's perfect. That's where I was going to go anyway. And then I'm going to attack, I guess, the one in front of me. I mean, I guess we're all...
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you lash out at this thing with your short sword, and you stick it in the robes, and as you do so, you miss bone completely. It just pops right through and out.
You hear tink tink as it bounces off the ribs,
Yep.
and I'm going to attack with my sickle. That's a 12.
That's a hit. And roll sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
Oh, I gotta do it separate. Okay, 14 total.
What skeleton?
Yeah, can I say that, like, realizing
Yeah,
that
you tell me. How does this go down? Sorry, I spilt a little bit of my fucking beer on my mouse pad because I'm a jackass.
So realizing my mistake with the short sword, I come back around with the sickle and just go straight for the spine. So I do a horizontal slash instead.
Yeah, and you hook it like right in the center of the spine where you know it's gotta be to hold this thing upright, and as you yank backwards the entirety of the spine, you hear an audible snap, and the top of it literally just starts to crumble to bones as it falls apart.
And I'm just gonna do a little, like, celebratory hop and turn to the one. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. That brings us to the Twig Blight, the last one. Beaufort's gonna attack you because, well, you're honestly really the only one that it notices. And that's going to be a 24 to hit. So this one has already had its claws in you, and as this, like I was saying, like as As the claws are extending into your body, you finally feel this sharp pierce. And as the pierce happens, you take 3 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Oh, perfect con save. So you take 1 point of poison damage and no ill effects. But you feel
so I have,
this... What?
Resistance to poison, so what does that do?
Well, you were only taking 1 anyways because you saved, so poison would have it, but you can't take less than 1 point, so you take 1 point.
Understood.
Yeah, but poison resistance means that if you take poison damage, you receive half damage naturally. But you saved, so you took half damage again. Now, if that number was way bigger, like, let's say a, you know, black drag or a green dragon breathes poison on you, then you would take half damage and then half damage again if you succeeded. So, super useful. Anyways, so you take 1 point of damage, of poison damage, as you feel this, like, the pinprick happens, and you're like, ah, what the fuck, and you look down, and then you realize, oh shit, like, something is burning in my guts. It's very bare, and you feel your body resist it, but it hurts. Alright, that's gonna bring us to She.
Okay, so if I take my movement to move down, how far from the ground am I?
Okay, so you've got 30 feet of movement, right? So you will be 1 turn from the ground, which means that you'll be 30 feet... no, I'm sorry, you'll be 20 feet from the ground. Because it's an 80-foot drop.
Okay, so I'm after I take my movement, I'm 20 from the ground?
Correct.
I'm gonna drop, and I'm gonna, see if I can take any action to try and keep my feet as I go.
Perfect. Go ahead and give me a... okay, well, let me ask you this. You said you're going to take your action. Do you want to spend your action to try to brace yourself for no damage, or do you want to just try to...
No.
Okay, go ahead and give me...
the damage.
Okay, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, please. Oh, yeah, no problem. So... the main damage was going to be 11, but you managed to brace yourself enough to only take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
Okay, so I've still got action then?
Yeah, yep, you've got everything. Action and bonus action. That was just movement.
Sweet. Then I'm going to take my blades and I'm going to go for this thing. And she's got that look about her again.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. Because you have a different form of... you've got a different, we'll call it quote-unquote supernatural ability, because it's not magical, it's supernatural. Does anything appear different about you? Anything shift in your eyes or your face that would draw a distinction between this and Hunter's Mark?
I would like that, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
So here's my thought. So normally when you do Hunter's Mark, right, you've got like these eagle eyes, literally, like your eyes shift into this big avian glare. I would say with this level of supernatural ability, because I know what your subclass is capable of, your eyes go completely white and you have a singular, absolutely pebble-sized pupil that is just absolutely darting around in a very specific pattern, watching for everything that it possibly can on your target. Because that sounds fucking terrifying.
She's a little scary. I'm gonna swing.
Alright, go ahead and give it your best. Yeah, 14 hits, no problem. Go ahead and roll your extra d6, I believe is what it is, correct?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah. So, as you swing down at it, you land a blow in the center of it, and as you are essentially sweeping upwards, you send it flying into Beaufort's spiritual weapon, which is in the middle of whirlwinding, and it catches the back of it, and then sends this spray of brambles up and down the entirety of the party as it fades out of existence.
Are there any other... There aren't any other enemies, correct?
There is a skeleton who is right here.
Okay. I don't have any way of getting close enough to it. Correct.
So you took 20 feet to come down, so you have 10 feet of movement, but you just used your action, and as part of your action, you would have to use your bonus action to attack, correct?
Let me.
Give me 1 second for logistics. Actually, you're a 2-weapon fighter, aren't you? Isn't that
Yeah.
your martial proficiency? Fuck it. I'll say you can. I don't care. I'll say you can move and take it.
Okay.
There's no reason why a 2-weapon proficiency, anybody, fighter, paladin, or ranger, should not be able to take a 5-foot step and then swing with their other weapon. You sacrificed a lot for that, especially as a ranger.
Well, I did not swing well though.
That's okay. You may not have swung well, but you swung well enough, at least on the first one. Okay, so that's going to bring us to the skeleton. The skeleton is still very focused on Beaufort, and it is going to attempt to swing on him again. That's a nat fucking 1, so I guess fuck me. Alright. Meepo.
Meepo will climb down, and he'll like peek through like between Doc and he'll like move here, and he'll peek through like Doc and she, and then cast.
Okay.
What's the spell's name again? Chromatic Orb.
Ooh, chromatic orb. Okay.
So I'll
And
I get
what is
advantage,
the-
right? Because pack tactics.
You do. If it is a spell attack.
It is a spell attack.
Okay, so oh wait, hang on.
You want me to read it to you?
No. Trust me, I know chromatic orb. Give me 1 second though.
You.
I just had an epiphany, so I'm just checking something. Okay, so pack tactics. You have advantage on an attack roll, right? So spell
Yes.
attack, weapon attack, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is, right? As
Yeah.
long as a creature isn't incapacitated. Okay, never mind. Just wanted to make sure that I was reading that correctly. Yes, you are correct. You absolutely are correct. It is any attack roll.
Okay.
So, go ahead and what is the flavor of the chromatic orb? I have a wild guess, but...
Okay, so it'll be like,
You kind of think of like he'll like stretch out his hand, and he'll like, it looks like he's opening something with his other hand, like a twist in the air, and then like this ball of just swirling ice shards will pop in his hand. He's gonna shove it forward. No, even better. I just got something better. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this ice. It's gonna form like this little ice dragon that's just gonna fly in like a little circle around him, and like around his hand, and then it's just gonna shoot it out.
I dig it.
let me roll to hit. It's cold damage. Please roll. There we go.
Oh yeah, that definitely fucking hits. And
Let me see if I get a crit. It might roll damage again. Sorry.
I don't see any damage rolled anyways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, nothing popped up, so...
Okay, then. Yeah, here's 3d8 of cold damage.
Okie dokie.
Holy crap.
Yeah, chromatic orb does not fuck around.
Oh,
Source-
rolled
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, well, I'm not even gonna explain to you what happens. Lucy, do you want to just tell us how this thing fucking... what happens to it?
So the dragon will like fly around his hand, and as he sends it out, it's just gonna crawl on his hand and then fly forward. As it passes through she and Doc, its head will grow really big, and then it'll just nom on it and then explode. Not explode, but like
Oh no, it
Freeze.
explodes. No, fuck that thing. It's gonna
Okay.
it's gonna freeze and then it's just gonna like burst into shards, but it doesn't burst outwards. It is so controlled through the arcane that it bursts downwards, and as it does, there is just this explosive force of ice and bone shards that shatter across the ground, and combat effectively feels over. At that point. So
Doc-
those of you who have used spells or abilities, make sure you guys are marking those off in D&D Beyond.
Doc goes,
Come on, that's quick.
looks at Meepo, looks at the thing, looks at Meepo, looks at the thing, and gives Meepo a little pat on the head.
Meepo is looking at his own hands like with awe. What?
And Meepo,
Bo-
when you cast those spells, you realize that you are not speaking a normal Draconic for your verbal components. It is an ancient Draconic. It is something that is deeper than your own comprehending. Same thing with anybody who understands Draconic, which is nobody but Meepo. Okay, never mind.
All sounds just like roaring, gargling, screaming to me.
Yep. And then he's gonna look over at Rhea and then fall back on the ground.
Bover's gonna go ahead and use his spiritual weapon to You said he's 4 feet in the ground, correct?
Oh, the guy who's in the ground. Yeah, he's about
Golgrux?
yeah, he's like right where she is right now. He's like right. Hang on. He's like in this square right here, and he's like 4 feet sunk into the earth, and his body is just fucked.
Can I use my spiritual weapon to slow it down, pierce him, and pull him up?
You're okay. Hold on. What are you trying to do? You said
You
you
just
want to
wanna dig him
slow
out
him
of
I'm trying to
down.
get him out of the ground.
Oh, he's not being sucked into the ground. When he fell from 80 feet, he hit the compost, and that's how far his corpse sunk with the splint mail that he's wearing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. No. It's not like the earth is eating him. It's just like he's just fucking. He hit hard.
Yeah, actually, I would like to search any bodies that are at the bottom. Specifically, the hobgoblin type, because I am still searching for that nugget.
So
You could,
I'd like to help search Goldgruck. I wanted to pull him out of the ground.
if need be, I'd like Ree to maybe rage rip him out of the ground to help the party.
easy, especially since you're still raging at this point. Between
Yeah.
so like Ree grabs onto this guy's shoulders like
I fucking got him!
it's like a buddy carry, and then all of a sudden there's this big like spiritual like red axe that hooks into his leg, and with the force of both of you, you lift his fat ass out of the ground, no problem whatsoever. Give me 1 second.
All right, Chi. I'm gonna show you how I do my breathing exercise. Watch. Oh, fuzzy bunny. Oh, fuzzy bunny.
I'll join him.
Oh, fuzzy bunny. There we go.
What's
Better.
a bunny?
Oh, we'll show you bunnies when we get up top.
Yeah, sometimes they're food, sometimes they're cute.
Okay, so you guys find on the hobgoblin, Golgruk, you find the following. You find 30 pieces of gold in a small pouch, as well as 55 pieces of silver. You find the splint mail that he is wearing, which is now almost completely crumbled in and is borderline not useful. But more than that, on the splint mail, Beaufort, give me a history check with advantage, please. 19, perfect. You realize that there is on the splint mail, there is your family's blacksmithing crest etched into the lower right hand corner of the leg splint, which means that at some point in time, probably not you, but more than likely your father, made this fucking splint mail, which also tells you this is probably Talgin's splint.
Beaufort's gonna try to rip off that piece of the armor.
All right. It's easy enough. This guy is so disheveled and fucked up. His armor has been sundered almost completely. You have no problem. You tear that panel of the splint off. You guys see him reach down and he just... And the splint busts. There's little pieces of metal that kind of fling about.
Did anybody take the gold and the money?
Oh, good call. Yes, if anybody takes that, please.
Yeah, I can take it. I know you're carrying a lot already, aren't you?
I got a lot of weight on me so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Hey, that reminds me, by the way. I looked at everybody's character sheets. The stuff that you guys dropped off in the tavern, I removed all of those from your inventory. I have them on a separate sheet. So when you guys go back to the tavern, I have exactly what was on there. That's just so that we don't have any crossed wires as far as what's on the sheet and what's in the storage chest. So.
I don't remember what I put. I thought you put common clothes.
Yeah, honestly, it was like common clothes and bedrolls
Yeah.
for pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
And Candace put a bell in there.
It's for trips.
All right.
While they're looking through the everything, I just want to move over to the right and just with my bow, just kind of listen and be ready.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Fuck me, man. You
Jeez,
guys are
let's
rolling.
go.
You guys are rolling good. What happened to me rolling good against you
Oh,
guys?
boy.
I don't know.
That means I'm
Oh,
gonna
how
die.
the turns have tabled.
Oh, how the turn.
So she, you kind of walk into the center of the room, and you guys see now that there is like this weird like crevice that. Here, I'll reveal a little bit more of the map for you. So there's like this weird little crack in the foundation of the wall here that starts to lead north. And there are two doors in this room, one to the northeast and one to the southeast. You don't hear anything coming from this room. You hear some jovial shouting and goblin gibberish above you. But with that roll, from up in this cavern to the north of you, up this direction, if you can see on the map marker here, you very clearly hear the sound of at least two mature giant rats. And what languages do you speak?
Do you want me to answer that?
No,
or
no,
are you
no, no,
looking?
no,
I'm
no, no,
sorry.
no. I already know what languages you speak. I was looking at what languages this other thing speaks. So you hear something that is in a very deep octave, which is unfamiliar. Except, so the goblins have really high pitched voice. The hobgoblins had like a kind of like a pseudo baritone, but this voice is like bass, and you just hear like. Kukweshkunal. Ita knukweshkunal ita fasialo. Chuchut. Chuchut nikachuch. And then it stops and everything gets fucking dead silent. You hear the squeaks stop.
Like I did at the very, very beginning, like session 1 before we went into the pit, I'm gonna do that low little like alert whistle to the party, the one that doesn't hugely carry.
Okay, yeah, and as they're digging
and
through,
kind
you
of
guys hear like the.
And she's just gonna kind of like knock an arrow to the bow and gesture with her, like kind of nod.
What's wrong with your neck?
She can give you
You alright?
a look,
I'm not even
like
climbing.
capital L look.
Oh, the look. Shit's going down. Ree will, I guess. So she was pointing to the viscerally direction.
Yep,
Correct.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. That's where you heard the noise.
All right. Yeah, Ree will approach the corner up here.
All right, perfect.
Stealthily if she can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna be stealthy.
Both. Anybody who's being stealthy, give me a stealth check.
I would just like to ready if possible.
I'm stealthish.
Upon
Nothing
hearing the
stealthier.
whistle, Meepo will instinctively like stand up straight immediately and then run over and go, "Yes!"
God
Yeah,
damn it.
Bofer's not going to even try to
Mabel's
stealth.
helping.
It's more out of fear.
so you guys kind of get yourselves set up. I will let you, if you want to discuss what the intention is here, I'm going to take a very quick bio break, and I will be right back.
I'm going to do the same real quick, actually.
Oh, I think I'm gonna shoot things with my crossbow initially. Hopefully. I shouldn't assume.
I have the intention of going scary again. Not that I'm going to describe it like that.
I have the
Very accurate
intention of
description.
running straight in there and trying to kill things with my axe.
Doc's like, Meepo! Meepo!
Where'd you go? He was instinctively ran over to She, like as if he's used to being whistled at to summon him.
Oh, you ran
Yeah.
over too. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that you were right behind because you were blending
And then he
into the map
saluted
there.
you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I did not realize that. Okay, I'll go with it. That's okay.
And she would have felt that presence behind her too, like all of a sudden,
It was not
like,
stealthy at all. It was a
yeah, no, like, and there's just all of a sudden this like cold wind behind you, and you kind of like turn around as you feel like the hair on the back of your legs start to stand up, and you're like, oh god, what the fuck? And there's Meepo.
So, are we going
And
in?
then to Meepo, she would say, I hear at least 2 rats. 1 humanoid, 2 rats.
Okay, what do you want Meepo to do?
Tell the others and then kill. Today we
Okay.
hunt.
All right,
He'll
so
like he'll run over to both of them and be like, She says, and then he'll be like, her exact words, tell the others, rats, kill.
all right, give me a sec. With where you guys are, I'm gonna reveal a little bit more for you. There you go. You can see that the cavern in here goes a little bit deeper than you would normally assume. So, and the only reason why I'm giving you this is because there is purple light, a very dim purple light being cast by the weird luminescent fungi in here. But beyond this point, everything is dark. So just so you know, you're switching to dark vision. All right, so you guys get yourselves set up. What do you want to do? Everything has fallen silent in the room to the north.
What do you guys think? You're just running, screaming, whacking, stabbing?
I wouldn't think things are trapped here. But I can try to scout a little bit if you want.
Well, the green lady, she said there are the 2 rats, the humanoid, whatever that means, and hill, I believe was the last one.
I do believe that's the intention. Alright, I'm gonna sneak ahead just a little bit.
Scouting is good.
Okay. It's a very good thing to start with.
I'm gonna be moving slowly, so.
Perfect. And give me just 1 second. I'm going to reveal some more of the map for you,
Okay.
Doc. Alright, so that's, hang on. Sorry. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, I don't see anything moving or anything in here. Or I guess, can I stop and inspect to see if I see anything moving?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
9.
No, everything... So, here, actually, give me a second. Let me read something to you. So, the floor of this rough cavern is stained and smells of blood and animal musk. Light from the glowing fungi reveals the eastern niche, which holds a pallet of matted furs, a wide wooden board on which a variety of weapons are affixed, and a very great cloak of patchy black fur hung on a slender pole. To the edge of the niche are 2 large nests made of hair, dry fungus, and refuse.
Would I be able to recognize like what kind of animal, like bird versus?
Go ahead and give me a nature check, please. And I'm sorry. Let me back this up. Doc, what is your dark vision distance, please?
60 feet.
60? Okay, give me 1 second here. And actually, we've moved from dark vision to, because of the purple luminescent, you're in low light technically, so 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, so you can see actually pretty much all of this. Okay, so your nature was 12.
Yes.
They look like some sort of mammal. It looks like a mammal nest, not really an avian nest.
Okay.
Definitely
will-
not a reptile nest. Definitely, like, you are 100% convinced it is not a reptile nest, but it's like a weird hybrid between, like, maybe mammal, maybe avian, but you're not entirely sure.
Okay. I will whisper back to Ree. I guess that's the closest person. There's 2 mammal nests up here. I can't tell if anything's moving.
What the fuck's a mammal?
Like a bunny.
Oh, there's a bunny nest in there.
I think it's bunnies.
Oh,
Maybe fluffy rats?
they don't really get very fluffy.
Wiry?
Yeah, that's more like it.
Okay. I'll sneak more.
Give me 1 sec, please. Go ahead and hold up right there. All right, so
Sorry.
That was amazing.
all right, I need everybody to select their target or their icon and roll for initiative, please.
Oh, I thought Doc was trying to sneak in there.
I was.
Yes, Doc failed.
Oh,
They noticed me.
All right, everybody roll.
Yeah.
Damn, boo boo. All right, does everybody else's, if you guys want to just check your initiative order, does your initiative appear correct, or do I need to alter it?
I'm good.
that's good.
Good here.
All right, so Doc, unfortunately there is a surprise round. As you step into this open cavern and you start to see the things around you, and you kind of turn and holler back from the corner, or from the nook that is to the east of you, right down here. You hear this voice echo out. Does anybody... Well, no, we do have people who speak Goblin. You hear... Give me a second. I have something you hear. So, you hear something shift, and you look to the right, and you see this absolutely massive figure that you have not seen before. And you hear in crude Goblin, you speak Goblin, right?
Yes, I do.
Doc? Okay, you hear, get ready to meet the cook pot, bitch! And you see this big fucking bugbear rushing you. As it gets into line of sight,
That's presumptuous.
Meepo,
Yes.
you recognize the all too familiar visage of Balsag the Great Hunter.
Oh, ballsack.
And there
He
is
doesn't know
your
it's ballsack yet. but-
there is your handout. The only reason why you recognize him is because you know that he has antlers tied to his leather helm, and he carries a massive two-handed mace. You may not
And
know he's actually
the-
Balsag, but you definitely recognize a very similar figure that came for Calycrix in the night.
Oh, if I recognize him, then absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, oh no, it is 100% like, this fucking guy, I know this guy. Or maybe this is his brother, but I know something about him. Alright. With that being said, give me just one moment here to do some surprise round stuff. You guys
Then
were...
initiative makes sense.
And then initiative, yeah. So, by the way, you guys were very close to not being surprised, but unfortunately, here we are. Doc, what's your AC, please?
16.
Perfect, thank you. So it's going to be 2...
That was a lot of dice.
Yeah, so he has an ability called Surprise Attack. If the Bugbear surprises a creature and hits with it on an attack during the first round of combat, the target takes an extra 2d6 damage from the attack. And then it
Yes.
also has an ability called Brute, which is if it hits with a melee attack, it deals 1 extra die of its damage. So yeah, you took 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 2. So you just took 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you guys see this massive bugbear come out with this big two-handed morning star and just swing on Doc and just, I mean, just smack the absolute fuck out of her. It is pretty horrendous, actually. You see, like, literally blood and fur just scatter off of her as she is almost completely crumpled to the ground. Now, Grip and Fang are going to move and make their attacks.
They are not fluffy, guys.
No, they're not very cute.
I don't know, the bugbear might be fluffy.
Maybe.
That's a nat 1 for Grip and a 9 for Fang. So
Oh my
as Doc hits the ground, literally you see her, she takes a full knee with a hand to brace herself as the force of this blow almost incapacitates her. These two gigantic, I mean literally like 1.5 times the size of a normal gut hash, but no pustules or pocks, leap at her, and she manages to, with her crossbow, bat them away before they can actually do any damage. That's the surprise round. Back to the top, Meepo.
Okay. Meepo will be like, You! Take my dragon! He's gonna 5, 15, 30. I can see all of them from here, right?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna look at him and go, Why did you take my Calycrix?
What language do you say that in?
Common.
Okay. Balsag, he turns to you as he hears this, and he kind of squints, and he says, You fucking survived? This is literally the
Why did you
furthest
take
Meepo's
my
ever-
dragon? And he's gonna cast a chromatic orb at the rats at the back.
Okay, can you highlight which one, the left or the right one?
Both. Twin.
Oh, you're gonna twin it. Okay. Make sure you're marking your sorcery points. What is that?
I am.
Is it one
I have-
sorcery
I
or
have
2?
one more left.
Oh,
It's
okay,
one
it's
per spell level. So.
Oh, that's fucking genius.
And also you have pack because
And I have packed up.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Doc is there, and not
Yeah.
incapacitated. Because if
Yeah.
she would have been dropped, you wouldn't have had it. So go ahead and give me 2 spell attack rolls with advantage, because why not?
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
Yes.
All right. I'm
Hashtag
gonna roll the other two
R.I.P.
right now.
to Grip or Fang.
I'm gonna roll the other one too as well. And that's an 18, so they both.
Yeah,
hit.
so you definitely hit both of them. Yes, you did.
So how do crits work?
When you roll,
So you roll double the damage, double the dice, plus your modifier. You don't have a modifier for
I don't have
a
modifier,
spell
so
attack.
It's just 6d8
Yes.
I'm
On
just gonna-
the first attack.
on the.
You have to
Yeah.
roll them separately. So roll 68 and then roll 3d8.
No, it's 3d8 normally.
Who just wanted me? Hex Lich! Oh my god, Hex, thank you so much for not only the host, but for the raid. We're playing
We can't hear
D&D,
you.
guys, so
He's talking in stream.
Oh,
we're playing D&D, so I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to chat right now. I apologize about that, but Hex, thank you so much for that raid. That's awesome. Stick around, you guys, if you want to. Click on the
I'll
character
just roll
links to
3D
see who we're
and then
playing
I'll
with.
see
We're
one.
in the Sunless Citadel. These guys
Save
just
them.
got down into the Grove. We've got some kick-ass characters, and we are in the heat of combat. So I will give you one of these.
Yeah, he got raided, so he was just saying thank you.
All right, sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, I got a big ass raid from Hexlit. She's the shit. So, okay, so we are looking at 19 damage for, or I'm sorry, 22 and. Okay, no. We're looking at 19 and 16. Yeah, these guys both had 7 hit points. So,
I mean, the one is just 3d6 hit points plus another, plus another 3d6 for the extra.
right. So yeah. So Meepo, explain to us how this goes down. What are you feeling? What is your
Visual.
thing? Yeah, give me a visual here, please.
Visualize the visual.
Because you fucking killed both of them. So.
He's gonna like shout one more time. Why did you take a Galakrix? And his voice will drop an octave as he says that, and will start swelling up in his eyes as he casts the 2 chromatic orbs at him.
Perfect, yeah, and as it strikes both of the rats, they detonate almost internally like a grenade, freezing their bodies completely and then shattering downwards again.
Yeah, these 2 dragons will pop off of both of his arms and just smack on. And
Perfect.
he's already having a third one, preparing a third one for
Excellent.
for him. That's gonna be the end of my turn.
All right, she.
So despite herself, she is starting to get a soft spot for Meepo, and she does not like that this asshole said that he should have died. So she's going to look at him. Her eyes are going to go white. They are going to get creepy as hell. She's going to say a single word in Orcish, and then she's going to shoot with inspiration.
Oh wow! Holy shit! Okay, so was the so the white was the
Slayer's.
the Slayer's mark
my thing.
or the
Yep.
Slayer's prayer, whatever it is. Okay, perfect. And then you're gonna use your inspiration die for advantage.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a
because
ranged attack roll with
apparently
advantage.
yeah.
She's got a bleeding heart. Don't you dare crit on Balsog.
Do it.
Don't you do it. Don't you do
Do
it.
it. Do it. Do it.
Also, I like that you don't like that he said that Meepo should have
Oh,
died.
I
He
rolled
almost
like
just killed
crap.
him.
Oh no, not great. Hold on, let me see what this guy's AC is. I actually don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, unfortunately.
Can't be
So-
11. Yeah.
So you hone in on him, and as you fire, he throws up this buckler that just literally it hits the metal and deflects the arrow completely. He kind of peeks down over the shield, and he looks at you and smiles and nods as he looks down at Doc and starts to rear back his mace, or his Morning Star.
I don't know if I can attempt to intimidate on a verbal.
You can't, it's an action, but you can still say whatever you would like to as your verbal. Maybe
Does
it
he
will
speak
maybe it will set somebody else up. Sorry, does he speak Orcish?
Yeah.
He hasn't responded in Orcish.
Well, I was just going to figure out whether or not I was going to elaborate on her stream of not kind words.
Yeah, it's tough to tell if he speaks Orcish. He reacted to you shooting an arrow at him and him deflecting it almost on accident.
Okay, yeah, she's going to just snarl something very, orcishly. And I will move towards him.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna go ahead then, and you just take your move action. Perfect, and then Bofer, you are up, my friend.
All right, Beaufort's gonna use his move. 1, 2, 3.
Bofer, the
Now
freshly shaven dwarf.
Now tell me, what kind of armor is he wearing?
That is a good. Oh, I know what you're doing, you son of a bitch. He is wearing hide. He is wearing what appears to be old rat pelts and lizard hides. Yeah, it's all made of leather and hide and sinew.
And his weapon.
Good question. His weapon is a Morning Star, which is made of, you guessed it, metal. And I know what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna use my verbal action and tell him. Hold on. May the fire of Moradine send you to Nessus. And I'm gonna go ahead and use heat metal.
I knew that shit was coming. Okay. So, you tell me what happens to it. I mean, yeah, what happens to it?
All of a sudden, you're just gonna start. It's gonna be small at first. It's gonna be a little red
Disregard that. Sorry, I didn't mean for the initiative roll. Sorry, go ahead.
on his Morning Star. Then all of a sudden, it's gonna be like a pulsing heat.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll your damage. He cannot resist that in any way, shape, or form. And then, it is a Constitution saving throw versus dropping it. But what is your save? Holy fuck! 8 fire, really? What the fuck?
That was 2d8 damage. And you have to, let's see here. A creature holding a weapon object. Con save of 13, I
It's
believe.
13. Okay, so he did make the save. He does not drop his weapon. But that's actually kind of good for you, and I believe that is a concentration spell, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so, yeah, so you mutter that you scream this incantation, and you throw your palm out with your axe in hand, and as it happens, your axe starts to burn with this crazy holy energy, and this dude's Morning Star, literally the head of it starts to burn, and it creeps down the metal and wood shaft, and as it does so, you see his hands start to smoke underneath, and he starts to look at his hands, and he screams, "Rah!" And anybody who knows Goblin, he says, "Fucking A, what the fuck is this?" But he does not let go of it, because he's a stubborn prick.
And as a bonus action, I'm using Searing Smite.
Searing Smite, I believe, happens after you make a melee attack.
Yes, so duration is... Oh, wait, concentration, never mind.
Right. So what happens is you cast the spell on yourself, and then when the next time you make a physical melee attack, you can activate the smite to have it do something.
Yes, but I'm not going to use it because heat metal is also a concentration spell.
Good call. All right. Anything else, Bofer?
That's it.
All right. Ree.
Okay, yeah. Ree will run up. She's not gonna rage yet because she only has so many of those in her repertoire. Yeah, she will saunter up and give this guy a good old kneecapping.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
Rolling like garbage today.
I was gonna say, I'm so sad that it took so long to get to your turn to roll a
No.
fucking 8.
That's why I didn't rage, because the last time it was such a cool thing. Nothing got it. All right.
All right, so Ree runs up screaming but not raging, swings, and this guy with his
Half-heartedly, yeah, kind of half-heartedly running up. Ree. Clack.
yeah, and it just kind of like bounces off of his shield, and he looks over it like, oh fuck, and then he looks back down at his smoking, and now the fur on his hands have started to ignite, and he's oh fuck. That's gonna bring us to his turn, and he is going to swing on Doc. I rolled a 9. He swings down at Doc, and with his hands burning, as he is screaming and swinging down at her, there's a loud poof in the ground. The earth around you shakes, Doc, as you see this Morning Star hit, and then suck back out of the ground as his turn ends, and it becomes your turn. Give me 1 second, though. Heat metal. If a creature holding or wearing an object, okay, must see if he doesn't drop the object. It has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn. Okay, so it did not drop it. He would have had disadvantage anyways on that. That's something for you, Beaufort, to just keep in mind if I miss that on future heat metals. Doc.
I'm going to start my turn by saying, you missed. And then I'm going to stab up at him with my short sword.
Who the fuck came over? I see this T4 shots. T4 shots. Get the fuck out of here.
15? Does that hit?
15 does not hit.
Fuck that.
You swing up with your short sword, and it catches him in the side, but it does not dig deep enough to penetrate the hide armor.
Alright, I'm going to bonus action disengage.
Okay. Wait. Oh, you're a fucking rogue. I was like,
yeah.
wait, no, you can't do that. Oh my god, she's an...
I'm a rogue.
I won't say her subclass because that's a secret. That's a secret tool for later.
Yeah, it is. And then I'm gonna I'm not gonna actually hide because I don't have anything to do that with, but I'm hiding myself.
You're gonna lick your wounds because you're literally at 2 hit points.
Yeah.
Alright, Meepo.
He'll say it once again. He'll just keep. He'll like take like 2 steps forward, once more, and go. Why did you kill my dragon? Why did you take my dragon? Guys, he's like charging up a chromatic orb.
Okay, and as you're doing that and you're muttering your incantation, he actually acknowledges you in common, and he peeks back over his shield as he's deflecting and yelling with his fists almost literally on fire now, and he just says, "You weren't supposed to fucking live."
And then he'll like as he responds, as he's about to cast the chromatic orb, he'll go. Neither will you. And he's going to toss it out.
Oh,
this one's
my
this
God.
is a special one just for him. It's a level 2 chromatic orb.
Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he
with
did.
advantage.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
he did.
my fucking goodness. Okay, go ahead and lay it on me, Lucy.
I rolled a 19. Okay, I'll take it.
Wow.
Heyo.
Yeah, no, that definitely fucking hits.
That's really scary because I saw the nat 1 and then the 19.
Wow,
Alright,
that's
let's-
awesome.
4d8 damage. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's a lot of fucking damage. And this is ice, I'm assuming, correct? I'm
Yes.
just always going to assume it's ice unless you say otherwise. Oh!
Holy shit.
What the fuck? Well,
Damn, dude.
okay, so he only had 19 hit points left, Lucy, so lay it on me, Meepo. What the fuck
I
happens
wanted
here?
Meepo to kill him.
What happens to this prick?
As he says that line, he'll like from last time he's like shot both his hands out to the 2 dragons. As he like steps forward past She, he's gonna put them together to make one giant and just shoot it out. Kamehameha style.
Yeah, and as you do it, both palms go outward, and you look down as this little tiny ass, meek, abused to the brink of death kobold throws both of his arms out, and you see the rest of his scales turn white, meaning all of his other red scales that were still patchwork turn completely white as this draconic beam of energy erupts from his palms furiously, smacks Balsog, directly in the chest, freezing him almost entirely within a second, and then shattering downward, ending his existence.
Meepo is a
that
real boy
will-
now.
That will effectively end combat, my friend. So what the fuck would you like to do? And wow,
Fall
Meepo,
over.
congratulations for that. Oh yeah, Doc is not doing well.
Boker's gonna walk the dock, and he's gonna say, "Are you falling over? Or are you still standing up?"
She's falling, like she's
She
like
is,
barely
like-
bracing herself on the wall,
So-
like the cave wall.
Beaufort, give me a medicine check. This is passive, so... Yeah, so, like, as you look down at her, you realize that her clavicle on the right-hand side has been completely shattered, and the first 2 ribs have also been busted inwards, to the point where it's actually punctured her lung, and every time she breathes, there are blood bubbles coming out of the corner of her mouth. She is very close to being on death's door.
She spits blood not at you, but like off to the side, and says, That guy was a pussy.
Bofer's gonna laugh and he's gonna say, I'm here, my friend. I'm here now.
And he's gonna cast Cure Wounds twice.
Wow. Burn through them spell slots, baby. Get it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's not bad though. 12 hit points is
That's better.
not
That's
fucking. That's way better than she was doing.
Way better.
So as he lays his hands on you, Doc, it's like somebody took their hands on either side of your ears and slapped you so hard that all you can hear is silence and a ring. And in the distance, you swear you hear a hammer on an anvil. Boom. Boom. And as you look down, you realize that your clavicle is shifting back into place, and the torn flesh is knitting itself back into an appropriate spot.
As the healing happens, she's got a paw up on your shoulder, and she kneads you like a cat would, like kneads on your shoulder. Kind of bites her teeth down as the healing happens, and then says, "Thank you."
And he's gonna say, now stand, follower of golden what?
Follower of Garl
Glitter Gold.
Now stand, follower of Gar Gold.
I will stand it.
And she stands, and she looks way fucking better. Just make sure you mark off your spell slots. I don't even know how many spell slots
I
you
have.
guys fucking have now.
While the healing is going on, I would like to go to this corpse, and I would like to, at DM discretion for whatever makes sense for a hunter used to taking trophies, but I want to take a trophy from this and present it to Meepo.
You said from the corpse of the bugbear?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead and give me a nature check. You know what? No, fuck nature. Give me a survival check with advantage. Because I know how you do.
I will also be searching that corpse for the gold nugget, for the record.
Yeah, so you reach down and you literally scalp this guy. You find the top part of his skull, which is the only part that hasn't been completely frozen and blown to pieces, and you run your knife up and underneath, and you completely tear it off, ears attached and everything.
Without saying anything, really, I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to almost ceremoniously offer it to Meepo.
Meepo will take it, probably with like tears streaming down his face. So again, a bit of snot coming out. He's just gonna stand there looking at it, not say anything.
Meepo,
Yeah.
Meepo, have you used your inspiration?
I have not. No.
No. Okay. Disregard.
Yeah. And for probably the first time, she's not. There's no disdain as she's looking at Meepo. It's not quite respect yet, but it's getting there. And
After
then
like a few seconds. Sorry. After like a few seconds of silence, he'll look up. Maybe you are not so scary.
She'll raise an eyebrow, and then she'll turn and walk away with that. Like, don't push it.
Yeah, Doc will walk over, and I'm specifically looking for the gold nugget.
Yeah, I'd like to. Bree would also like to pat this guy down. Kind of got my eye on that Morning Star.
Yeah. So on this guy, you find. Give me just 1 second here. Between the two of you, that is obviously the two shystiest fucking characters in this party, which I absolutely love, is a cat and a goblin.
That's fair. That's fair.
Meow.
Rah.
All right, so you guys find a morning star, obviously, that is made of metal and wood that have been intertwined along the haft. You also find a suit of hide armor, which looks like it was literally patchworked out of old rat and lizard hides. You find a wooden shield, which is pretty much just a buckler, but it's a little bit larger than a normal buckler and does not have a metal circular inlay in the center of it. It actually is all wood all the way around. It's just a little bit smaller than normal, but it functions as a shield. You also find a small pouch, and when you open the pouch, Doc, there is immediately, all of you see that, actually you and Ree see a visible white and gold light shimmer up and out of the pouch. And at first you're like, both of you are like, holy fuck, magic item. But Doc reaches in and snatches out a silver chain with a single tiny gold nugget on it. But the gold nugget has had a half of the nugget chiseled out of it. And is missing.
Son of a bitch!
I'm gonna cuss a gnome.
Buffer's gonna look around.
And then I'll put it on anyway.
Yeah, you just hear Doc in the background just like, motherfucking piece of shit in gnome. Which is like, okay,
Sounds delightful.
She says, stupid fucking asshole.
He's gonna walk over to look what's going on.
So what's the significance of those nuggets anyway?
She holds it up and she's like, she's almost like a pissed off Italian. Like she's just speaking in gnome, just like,
hey,
stupid asshole, what the fuck? What the fuck did this
Can
guy
I
do?
tell if this is magic? Like, there's a glow, yes.
It is not glowing when she pulls it out, no. It was only immediately when they opened it. I mean, you can cast detect magic if you've got it, but...
Can I use identify as a ritual?
You sure fucking can if you have it
And
as a spell.
does that use a spell slot? I'm not sure.
If it is a
does.
ritual, it never uses a spell slot.
Okay.
If you are a ritual caster, which clerics are.
I'm gonna ask. May I touch it?
Wow, that got fucking weird fast. Is
My God,
Seru
yeah.
here?
Yeah, actually he is. He
Is
just
he?
got here.
Hey, Seru, what's back? What's going on?
I'll hand it over. I mean, like she looks pissed.
He's gonna pull out his little magnifying, little, to check it out and see if there's anything different about it.
Okay, so you set up your ritual, and over the course of the next 10 minutes, Beaufort lays his weapon and his shield down, and he has this little tiny magnifying glass that he traces all of these weird dwarven runes around, sets the gold nugget in the center of it, and as you finish your identify, you identify this item as what we will consider a corrupted holy symbol of Garl Glittergold. And what you identify from it is that it has been shattered through divine means and not physical means, meaning that something happened to this thing that was against its nature that shattered it, and it was not something that somebody was trying to chisel off.
He's gonna go ahead and exhale and say, "Doc, I would not recommend wearing this. I know this is a part of your religion, but it's corrupted."
Is the
If
other
you wear
piece
this.
in the pouch, Kevin?
It is.
I'm gonna take out the other piece and I'm gonna thrust it at him. Shut up, Seru. I'm gonna say, fix this.
I don't know if I can, but I'll try.
You said this is like 10 minutes, right?
Yes, it took
For the ritual and stuff.
it took 10 minutes. Yes.
I just want to kind of pace and listen and basically just stand guard and ready.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Jesus, well, fuck me, I guess. Okay, fuck anybody who's stealthing in my dungeon. You do you even stealth, bro? So no, you don't hear anything as far as movement is concerned, but with a 23 perception, you, out of the corner of your eye, while they are doing this and having this interaction, he's doing his weird fucking dwarven chanting, you spot something underneath the bedding up here. Hang on, I don't think that showed up. So up here, you notice something glinting from underneath the bedding.
Well, then I have 10 minutes. I go and check it out.
Okay. So underneath, you find a small box that is underneath all of it's a massive fur pile. There are furs of what appear to be cows, like hides from cows, sheep pelts, deer pelts. There are also like 30 or 40 rat pelts, and then some weird lizard skins around the bottom, which appear to have some sort of like pee on them. But underneath all of that, you catch the glint of a lock, and you see that, yeah, sure as shit, there is a small chest or box underneath this.
Okay. That gives me two questions. One, are the hides prepared with any sort of like skill? And then two,
No, they are not.
okay, that says a lot. And then two, I'm going to go for that chest, but I'm not going to open it because I've seen how many things are fucking trapped. But I am going to bring it out.
And you snatch the chest, and it's fucking heavy. Like, you as you, like, yank it out, you hear the audible sound of clanking coins on the inside. There's a big bronze padlock on the outside, and it is fucking heavy.
Is there a key on the bugbear?
There is not.
Okay, then I'll just leave it, and I'll go back to my watch, and they can deal with it when they're done with their ritual stuff.
Okay.
And Rhea is going to go ahead and trade out her table leg for the Morning Star, the Morning Star and buckler.
Fuck yeah, yeah. So okay,
Yeah.
so you put the buckler on.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So you have a steel Morning Star, which is just a standard Morning Star, and a shield. And then, just so you guys are aware, as far as the weapon rack was concerned, there are 2 spears, 6 javelins, 1 longsword, and 1 greatsword that are all attached to this weapon rack. And that's all I got to say about that.
No arrows anywhere, right?
No, there are no No, there was no ammunition or arrows or bows or anything. He was a javelineer.
Cool.
So Beaufort's going to go ahead and start praying to Moradin while he places the 2 pieces together. It's like, I come to you in this time after the battle is done. Does Beaufort know that him and that Moradin and Glittergold are natural allies?
He does, yeah. I mean, well, you know what? Actually, give me a religion check with advantage. I mean, because there's a possible Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, 100%. So you are 100% aware that Garl Glittergold, he is the god of luck and gnomish existence, and Moradin is the god of dwarves and also luck. And though he may be the dwarf father, him and Garl Glittergold get along great. I mean, they were literally brothers before they were separated by race. As far as the quote-unquote divinity is concerned, they were actually spiritual brothers. And then, humanity split them into 2 beings, and then they were created as separate entities. But yes, you're aware. They're brothers.
He's going to pray in Dwarvish. I come to you at this time to uncorrupt this emblem of your divine brother, so I can give it back to someone that really appreciates it.
All right, Boo Boo, I'm sending you a message real quick in Discord.
While he's doing this, Doc is just kind of pacing and doing that low, angry cat growl. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so as Beaufort prays over this gold nugget and its counterpart, you guys see his left hand begins to glow with this fiery hot energy. his right hand begins to glow with a similar fiery energy, and as he grabs both pieces of the nugget and slams them together in a very audible through this cavern, you look over and you realize that there is a white hot light around where the pieces have separated, and it solidifies. Bofer, you have blown the remaining 2 first level spell slots that you have, and the nugget solidifies. The chain turns from silver to gold.
Beaufort's gonna fall back in absolute weakness from using the rest of his energy from Moradine. And then open his hands ever so slightly.
And it is the most perfect epitomized version of Garl Glittergold's quote-unquote gold nugget holy symbol that you have ever fucking seen. On top of the fact that the chain is no longer silver, it's gold.
And he's gonna slowly raise his hands up from the way he's sitting on the stone right here, and present it to Dog.
Doc's, so her ears, her ridiculously long lynx ears, were like down back against her head because she was pissed off. So they come back up, and then she looks down and sees the full symbol again. And before she even grabs the nugget, she actually grabs Beaufort in a big tight bear hug and picks him up. You know, so now your like feet are dangling, and she's
so
like,
high.
"Thank you, thank you, thank you," and
Not
then
so high.
puts you down and takes the nugget and puts it on.
And as soon as you put it on, you feel the familiar sense, Doc, of Garl Glittergold kind of washing over your body. You feel that there is an inspiring sense of luck. Like you could do a double backflip off the wall right now, and even if you fell on your face, your claws would stick out just enough to absolutely protect yourself. And it is heartwarming. It is truly the epitome of feeling your good-natured God at your side in this moment.
She kind of drops to her knees down next to Beaufort and is speaking quietly, like people around can hear. And she says, "I'm not a religious person, but I was raised in a very religious home. And this means more to me than you probably knew."
As it happens, as Doc puts the holy symbol on, which is very clearly a holy symbol, there is a pale glow from the nugget that emanates outward into her body, healing her for 6 points of damage.
Yay!
And you guys see the remainder of the wounds, the blood retracting into her nose, and the remainder of the clavicle that has been busted in kind of fix herself. So,
Thank you, Beaufort. She'll stand and offer a paw to help you up.
I'm gonna take it and pick up my weapons and say, our journey's not over yet.
Yeah, but we might need to rest.
all right, so what would you guys like to do at this point? You have you have this chest that you have identified. Everybody sees that there are these, there's this weapon rack. You've searched the hunter, so you know that he's clean at this point.
Do you show me the chest?
Oh yeah, she just brought it into like the main area, looked at it, looked at you guys doing the ritual, and just like left the chest and went back to patrolling.
Yeah, like
Okay.
after
You
you're
want me to
healed,
smash it?
yeah, you guys, Ree's already on it.
Can
By the
I try
way,
to
Ree
pick it
now
first?
is dropped the table leg, and it just has this big fucking mate, or this big morning star, and a buckler, and it's just like, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, this is awesome.
And Ree, does that bring your AC to like 18 now, or is it 16?
It does.
It's 18? Okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I'll try to pick the lock on the thing.
All right, go ahead and whoop. Ooh, Jesus, sorry guys. Give me 1 second here. So
Okay.
give me a dexterity check with your proficiency modifier added if you are proficient in thieves tools, which
I am.
I know you are.
Yeah, and I actually get to edit twice.
Oh, you have expertise, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Fucking rogues, man.
So that's gonna be a
Oh,
26.
stop. Nope, stop. Nope, stop.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, that requires.
I roll well
She
when it
does it
counts.
with her.
Apparently.
She does it with her claws.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that required a 15. So, yeah, no, literally, you don't even pull your thieves' tools out. You like just you extend a claw, you pop it in to the lock, and you give one solid like full turn twist, and you guys all hear an audible as the latch pops open. When you flip it open, and again, it's fucking heavy. There are 241 pieces of silver in this chest, as well as 54 pieces of gold. That all of you looking at this, especially being like level 3 characters, realize this would like feed a family of 5 for like a year and a half.
There's a lot
Way
of
too much
treasure
for us
in
to
here.
carry here. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
we'll bring
fucking
it back.
heavy.
We can bring it back with us when we're done. I'm actually gonna hide it back underneath the bedding. Just so that way it's not sitting right out in the open. Unless anybody's opposed.
I'm not.
No, definitely not. That's fine.
All right, so just so you guys know, for the coin that's being stashed, because we have had a couple stashes of coin, the person who has identified that there was a stash of coin, I'm putting on a separate note card on my end where it's at. So if you guys back out of the dungeon at some point and say, okay, we're heading to the surface, and nobody says, hey, we're going to stop and pick up that thing, then you don't pick up that thing. So make a note of it where it's stashed.
Yeah. So what we have the Golgrux stash, and we have this stash, right? That we're hoping to come back for later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm carrying the
'Cause
stuff we
everybody's-
got from Golgork, I think.
Yeah, well...
I just picked up 30 gold from somewhere. 30 gold and 55 silver.
So that would have been from... Well, give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure that actually was from Golgrog. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
that's right.
I
'Cause
also need to go bang
there's-
out that lock from the beginning.
Exactly, yeah. There was a few people who were overburdened. I have notes on it, so just don't worry about that, but...
I made myself a note, too.
Quick question: how many javelins were there?
There are 6 javelins.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab 2.
All right, perfect. Yeah, there's 6 javelins, 2 spears, a long sword, and a great sword, as well
anyone appear
as
to be
hide
hurt?
armor. Sorry, go ahead, Kat.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I said, does anyone appear to be hurt?
Not anymore.
As you look around, you can see that, well, obviously you're wounded a little bit, and Beaufort is just... Actually, yeah, no, Beaufort's got a pretty nasty stream of blood coming out of his midsection where the twig blight had reached its vines in. But it's not critical, but it's like, yeah, he's hurting a little bit.
Just so that it's on record, after the healing happened from the nugget, Doc would have grabbed it and said thank you as well.
Oh yes, she did.
I'm sorry, that injury on Beaufort, does it look like it? You said it does not look particularly significant.
It's not that bad. You can see blood where it was. It's not like it's retracted into itself like it's been healed, but it's not like he's gonna bleed out anytime soon. Like, if you let it go for the next week and a half, it might get infected untreated, but it's not that bad.
Okay.
Okay, before we end for tonight, because we are already at 10:06, I know I can't believe it myself. Is there anything else you guys want to do, or anything last minute that I should know about?
No.
Mm-mm.
We're not gonna be able to do a long rest anytime soon, and Beaufort has no slots. But that would be the only thing I'd want to do is talk about doing a long rest before we.
I was gonna say, if you need to, you can technically take a short rest here. I would allow that, but you guys have been spamming these long rests. I mean, so since this has been I've actually tracked the days. Since this whole thing happened, you've already been down here for 4 days, like from beginning to end, and each one of our sessions is only about a couple hours in-game time. So you've spent a lot of time resting, which is fine. That's excellent. You're smart adventurers, but just know that as time progresses, so do, the dangers in the dungeon.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I have no regrets about using all those spell slots.
Well,
have
thank you.
I have enough spell slots in meta magic left to do all that again.
Yeah.
Both were made Doc's day. I think it was that was a did we just become best friends moment.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and bail here for tonight then, and then as long as everybody's cool with it, we'll plan on next week for session 9. Can you guys believe? I said when we started this, like, don't worry, 4 to 5 sessions will be
yeah.
done, 5 max, and we're like going into session 9 next week. So the good thing is we're clearing a couple of rooms a week, which, looking at where we're at, we may take this to like 15 sessions if it progresses at the same pace. If not, maybe like 12 or 13, but I hope you're all okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
This is fun.
All right, good shit. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log out for tonight. We're going to raid somebody in stream, and we'll see you guys all next week on Sunday.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys, see ya.
Bye guys.
Later.
Adios, all.
All right, for everybody hanging out in chat right now, bear with me for 1 second while we get ready for the raid. Get ready for the raid. Saru, I thought Doc became Bofer's best friend when he was thrusting it at him. Oh my god. Kind of like a cat, huh? Who do we have tonight? Okay, we've got a Jelligato, Podinsky, Azavino. If I raided Jerko, he'd be upset because he doesn't want me to raid him. Let's raid a Jelligato. We haven't done that in a long time. All right, guys, bear with me. And thank you so much for hanging out tonight. We got a lot of people here still. This is great. And for Hex, I know you're not here, but for those of you who are still here from her raid, thank you so much for popping in. I seriously appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Putting their butt in their face. Jesus Christ, Saru. Alright, guys. Alright, here we go. We are raiding in 3, 2, and 1. Thank you all for being here. Love you so much. See you soon.